What's up, Sam? Peace and love, my sister. How has your day been? Or how is your day going thus far? What's up, Pink Sugar? Shout out to my sister Pink Sugar in the building. Much love, family. We finna crank this thing up. Oh, that's good to hear. I done had one of them days too, Sam. I done had one of them days too. I'm just like you. Amazing. You know what I mean? Got to work out. Like, had me a real good workout. About a 3-hour session. You dig? Just been a good vibe. Just been some good energy to the day. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. let me finish up my notes and we're gonna get this thing underway, man. Y'all know today Friday. So this is a TGIF class. This is a TGIF class. Y'all know today Friday. So this is a TGIF class. This is a TGIF class. Y'all know today Friday. So this is a TGIF class. This is a TGIF class. Y'all know today Friday. So this is a TGIF class. This is a TGIF class.
The power went out.
Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear or see me. Just like that, the power went out.
I'm scared.
Boy, go sit down somewhere talking about you scared. You probably way tougher than that. If you up in here scared. Okay, if you can still hear me and see me, that's good. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear and see me. Okay, because the power went out. I don't know what's going on. Look like we about to get some thunderstorms. My kids up here talking about they scared. They is so soft.
Bro, my kid, everything just shut down. Even my lights.
Okay, Poppy, go sit tight. It'll come back on, okay?
Turn the TV off.
Okay, Bird, go sit down. It's going to come back on. All right. It's going to be a weird one. I ain't never had to do a class. I'm telling you, for real. I don't know what's going on. It's real dark over here. Like, I guess we finna get some thunderstorms. But this going to be unusual. Shit, I'm for real. Them devices done went out. Well, no, the device is still working. The TV done went out, like you say. All right, let me hit our people up. I don't know how this is going to work. What's up, Leandrio? What's happening, my brother? I don't know how this is going to affect the way we do things because the Wi-Fi went out. So I'm on my 5G coverage. So we'll see how this going to work. All right, let me hit up my people right quick, get everybody in the building, and we're going to kick this thing off properly. Got sand in here already. Miss Kim. Hit these folks up. Shout out to everybody tapping the likes up, man. It's always free to hit the like button. All right, so big shout out to everybody tapping the like. That helps us stay in the algorithm. So thank y'all for that. Okay, let me hit up. I think I got a few more people I need to message. That suck. Okay. One more round of messaging. We got a lot more people that's in here than usual, so it takes me a little bit longer to get everybody messaged. One more round of messages. All right, there we go. What's up, Jay Swing? Shout out to the family. Much love, much love, much love. Okay? I'm in the dark, guys. Okay? I don't got no light, so I'm going to do the best I can. But we going to get it done. All right? So shout out to the family, man. This live stream is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views expressed in this live stream are the opinions of the host and does not reflect the TikTok Corporation. Again, this live stream is for entertainment and educational purposes only. The views expressed in this live stream are the opinions of the host and does not reflect the TikTok Corporation. So TikTok, let me express my First Amendment rights, okay? Please. Shout out to everybody entering the room, baby. TGIF, man. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So y'all know in Friday fashion, we're going to have to do it the way we do it over here with the UMF, baby. We got to raise the vibrations, man. All right, I'm going to take it to DC this time. Do I got anybody in the house from DC? Do we got anybody in the house from DC? Oh, don't tell me I can't do it. Don't tell me I can't do it, man. They hurt me with that. The power is coming. The power is biting me now, man. I got to go see what's going on. Y'all give me a second. Give me a second. I got to go see what's going on. I got to go see why the generator ain't kicked in. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. So this is a real power outage. This ain't just like That's fine. I'm not thinking about that. I'm talking about, man, I ain't got no music, man. That's battery power. That's what I'm talking about. I got the internet. I got 5G. I got 4G on the internet. All right, here we go. Figure something else out. What a weird situation. Shout out to everybody gifting it up, man. I got to find another way to play music now, man. I had a good ass playlist too. I had a good playlist that I wanted to kick off. So, all right, unfortunately, I can't go with that. But give me a second though. I gotta have me some vibes. So we're gonna find something. Let me see what we got up in here. All right, well, I guess I'll go with some of my old music then. Let's see. Let me play some of my old music. We'll go with that. This is some of my music from back in the day, gang. Some of my music with my group. We'll kick it off with that. All right, some good vibes. Shout out to the family. I see my people in the building. Much love, much love, much love. Yeah.
Trying to do what I do. No comparison, no competition, no coexistence. Birds, they must grow wings before they fly. Forever living my life, making a sacrifice. We're put here to show you how to fly. Drinking PG or Brio, however that you see it, just know I spent a few C-notes. Plus heavy is the head of my chain, weighing a kilo. Got these lilies looking like who these Negroes eating Molinos. Cool nigga, my temperature should be below zero. We do it big and they only do it poquito. Pardon my Spanish, just trying to manage speaking the lingo so they understand it out in Cancun. They call me the Bruno. Since I got your attention, follow the flock. In other words, we set the example, so y'all watch. Rolling twists in the leaf, if only to give you relief. To the top we headed, I get there and say you a seat. Made it out my hell, contrary to what they believe. They was counting me out, I was counting with me. And trying to do what I do. No comparison, no competition, no coexistence. Birds, they must grow wings before they fly. Forever living my life, making a sacrifice. My wings are flying solo. A bird's eye view of the cool picture, the promo. The flock flying south for the winter. Tell me you won't go if you would. Chuck would be at my front door. The early bird gets the worm about my dodo. Until my chicken's done in the kitchen, I don't want no more. If mother goose is out on the loose without a halo, I poof and recruit the somewhere over the rainbow. It's a bird, it's a plane. I'm saying, look out your window. Your wings been clipped, don't trip, homie, you can't go. A test to get out of the nest, fly on the front row. They hunting, that ain't nothing, we gotta dodge the arrow. I'm burning on that blue jay, my eyes is on the sparrow. I never been a parrot or treated less than a pharaoh. My wingspan is grand, my dad was pterodactyl, and my talents help me handle this world. I'm on this house. And trying to do what I do. No comparison, no competition, no coexistence. Birds, they must grow wings before they fly. Forever living my life, making a sacrifice. We're put here to show you how to fly.
Last night I had a dream that I committed murder with an all-black burner, killed the victim on record. Got rid of the evidence as I cut up all the leftovers and lived the bodies and bounced to work to all the parties. Now they finally bobbing their head, no competition. It was such a party with dead before the rendition. I choke is what I mentioned. You pray for such a blessing. Your money ain't been the same, so I helped you through the recession. Catching a phone, pretending to ball the hot dog at a concession. You feeling me, dog? You doing it wrong. What happened to the transition? Cause I was chosen to be mentioned. Caught upon the close of session. The ran with the best of them. One look at my past may cause you to laugh, considering my position. Continue to bless and fill up my glass. How softly I be killing them. How softly I be killing them. I say.
All right, guys, I'm done now. I'm gonna get started.
trying to do what I do. No comparison, no competition, no coexistence. Birds they must grow wings before they fly. Forever living my life, making a sacrifice. We're just here to show you how. Incredible focus, my mind made up. I'm moving fast, niggas who last be screaming, wait up. You in the wrong class, little homie, go get your weight up. Remember,
we back. Woo! Shout out to the Most High, man. We is back. Okay, power back on, power restored. Told y'all, man, guys, leave. We back, ain't we? You was scared, bro. Bro, you was scared, bro. You was in here scared, bro. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You was scared, bro. I can't believe. I thought you was my big dog. That's my son. He got scared. The lights went out and that fool got scared. I ain't gonna never let him forget that. He came up here talking about, I'm scared, Dad. Wasn't even nighttime. What's wrong with that boy, man? I gotta toughen that boy up. I gotta drop that boy off in Mississippi, man. Leave him down there. He been in this city too long, man. Alright. Woo! But yeah, this is one of my old joints right here. This is one of my songs from back in like 2010. Yeah, that's where I'm from. That's where I'm from, Corlisa. I'm born and raised, Natchez, Mississippi. I'm born and raised, Natchez, Mississippi. All right, grew up probably like 5 miles from the Emerald Mounds. The mounds we played on as children. See, that's how I get my my platform online. I shared that with people when I first started. Hold on, let me see what's going on. When I first started using TikTok. Yeah. Sip in the house, man. NTZ. Where you from, Idella? What part of Mississippi you from? Shout out to my sister in the building. Mississippi family in the building. India, okay, I know where you at. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So when I first started using TikTok, you know, I had when I first started using TikTok, you know, I had when I first started using TikTok, you know, I had, and the whole Black Indian community just came out and they was like, man, tell me some more. They wanted to hear more. So I was like, I started expressing, just telling them about my family, right? Like that's the thing I was trying to get everybody to understand. That shit is real with me. Like, I wasn't on TikTok trying to play Indian. That's my family's history. So let me show y'all my granddaddy right quick. I'm gonna show y'all my granddaddy right quick. Y'all to see, man. If y'all see my grandmama, granddaddy, my great grandmama, y'all be like, oh yeah, them folks is Indians, man. Let me show y'all my granddad right quick. Just one more time. This picture right here. This is my grandfather right here. Okay, his grandfather was a Choctaw chief in Mississippi. Okay, his grandfather was named Dalawatu. So look at now. What I want y'all to notice by this man. Check this out. All right. Do y'all see any features that would make him African? This picture is from 1965, I think. But, you know, he was born in like I think he was born in 1903. So do y'all see anything about this? This red skin, first of all, he got red skin, long hair, right? Do y'all see any African features about this guy? You know what I'm saying? His grandfather was a chief in the Choctaw. We live my grandparents, they lived on Choctaw land in Mississippi. They lived on Choctaw land. So this is like this is a real part of my history. And I didn't begin to explore it till I started developing the content on it. Because we always knew this. I mean, if y'all see my auntie, I got an auntie and her hair is always in a part in those pigtails, them Indian girl pigtails. She always, and if you see her, you'll know clear as day. Oh yeah, okay, that's what we dealing with. Let me show you. Let me see if I got something else up in here. I mean, I got a lot of information on this. Beyond that. People think, you know what I'm saying? This is one of my aunts. I thought this is my grandmama down here. Notice the bone structure on my grandmama. Do my grandmama look African at all at the bottom? Look at the bottom. Look at the bone structure on these people. So like I say, this is all in my family, man. This is that is what allowed me to build my platform on TikTok. Sharing that information, sharing that, I got Indian. And let me tell y'all what happened. I didn't have no beef with no Native American people. I didn't have no beef with no Native American people. Nah, they don't look nothing like Kamala, big dog. They don't look nothing like Kamala. Whoever Kamala look like, that's who she look like. My people don't look nothing like her. I ain't had no beef with no Native American people, right? So when we shared this information, we were shocked to find that these Native Americans were so racist. That's what people don't know. The war between black folks and Native Americans on TikTok, it didn't start from black people. We thought that them folks knew that we was a part of Indian culture. We thought that they knew that. This was always known. And so what we realized is they was just as racist. And when we started doing our research into them, we found out they wasn't who they said they was. Okay? So the people that they talking about is dark red skin, like closer to our skin color, what they call the red man. Like my skin color, like I say, can be considered a version of red. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is this. When we receive so much hatred and racism from the Native Americans, it forced us to do the research into who they really was. It forced us to do that, and we did it. So I'm one of them people who was a part of that group. I wasn't the first one to start the research at all. But when I came in, I put in such great work, it allowed me to build a huge following. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to know something. Y'all catching Chief Kuttah on my 7th page. TikTok has shut me down 6 times. I've had pages with 27,000 followers, 13, 14,000, 16,000. Every time they keep shutting me down, but every time my people come back. My people come back. So before I started doing the information on the Sumerian tablets, I did a lot of the Black Indian information. I was on the forefront of all of that information. Okay? So when y'all be hearing people talk about America is Egypt, you can go find mine, build on that. I got one of them. Yeah, exactly. You already know, Seeing Breezy. I got one of the biggest bills on America and Egypt, but I was wrong. So I wasn't wrong about the so-called Egyptian artifacts in America. What we was wrong about is how we saw it. We saw it as Egypt in America, but it was not Egypt in America. It was the Anunnaki. It was an extension of the Anunnaki Empire. That's the difference. And we steady trying to educate these folks because they steady hollering Egypt in America. And what I want y'all to know is this. Let me make sure y'all understand something, because I'm about to start class. We finna get the party started, okay? TGIF, baby. This is what I want y'all to know. This shit is wrong. Let me tell y'all. Listen. Egypt is the name that the Greeks gave Kim. Kim was in the north, Nubia in the south. They called it Land of the Blacks, which meant in their language, Egypt. That place is not called Egypt. They call it today based on what the Greeks said. The Greeks don't have authority to label that place Egypt. Okay? So every time, let me tell you what you show me. Let me make sure y'all understand something. Every time you want to talk knowledge with me, and then you bring up Egypt and you don't make a correction, or you don't acknowledge the name Kim or Nubia, I already know that you're not at the highest levels of research. I know you got work to go. Okay? So like I say, I led this knowledge. This Egypt was in America. I will show you the videos right now. But I was wrong. It was an extension of the Anunnaki Empire. And what we have found out is this Anunnaki Empire stretched all the way from one side of the world to the other side of the world. Okay? So we finna get ready. We finna get ready to get into this knowledge game. But this is what we gonna do. Like I told y'all, we gotta pump up the party, man. We gotta pump up the party, man. Where my family at, man? UMF members, paid course members, put the 5s in the chat. UMF members, paid course members, put the 5s in the chat, man. Who we got in the building? What's up, Martin? Shout out to my sister Martin in the building. I told y'all my girl be around, man. Told y'all she be around taking care of business, right? You know, I love Martin so much because she represents exactly what we going to need in the UMF. Let me tell you something. When we build a UMF, we going to need growers. We going to need herbalists. Y'all remember that girl that lied and said she was an herbalist and then we ain't never hear her talk nothing about no herbs? We going to need growers. We going to need herbalists. We going to need nurses. We going to need all types of people with all types of skill sets in them communities. Okay? And so, you know, shout out to my sister. So if you got them kind of abilities and them skills, you know, we going to need that. We going to need that. We is the law, Israel. We the fathers are the law. In the UMF community, us fathers are the law. The fathers and the sons and the older sons. We going to police our own community. You know what I'm saying? We're going to build our own community and we're going to police and protect it. We're going to do it the same way that the Asians do Chinatown. Right? Y'all do know that Asians don't call the police, right? In Chinatown, they don't call the police. I swear to God. They don't bother law enforcement. They got their own security within Chinatown. They do everything within there. So when we build our community, we're going to be the same way. We ain't calling no police. Because when you call the police, man, it could go bad, okay? I done seen situations where somebody done called the police because they was having a bit of an argument, a bit of a skirmish, and then the police come misunderstand the situation, and before you know it, your husband or your boyfriend that got shot by the damn police. Man, don't call them folks unless it's real serious. Don't call them folks. What's up, cat? Shout out to everybody. Listen, while my power was off, I don't know who all in the room, but if you in the building, I love you, and I'm happy to see you. But guys, if it's not something serious, don't be bringing the police in your business. Don't be bringing the police in your business if it's not very serious, because we see these people come out, they be trigger happy, and they do things and then all this, oh, it's a mistake. Oh, it's a mistake. You can't make a mistake taking somebody's life. Okay? So yeah, we're gonna leave that where it's at. All right. Like I was saying before my power went out, do we got anybody from DC in the house? Do we got anybody from DC in the house? Because we're going to kick this party off like this today. If I got any DC people in the house, they know what time it is when they hear this. My little cat. Come on, let's get it. Come on, let's get it. On Friday, we got to keep the vibes hot, man.
Yeah, Spider-Man and freezing, full effect.
You ready, Ron?
I'm ready.
You ready, Dale?
I'm ready, Slick, are you?
Oh yeah, break it down.
Girl, I must warn you. I sense something strange in my mind. Yo, situation is let's cure it cause we're running out of time. It's all so beautiful. Relationships they seem from the
Oh yeah, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up, King Lion.
It's all so
Well, it's a labor of love now. It's a labor of love.
check it out.
I don't know why this thing playing so low.
That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. Miss her, love her. Wrong move, you're dead. That girl is poison. Never trust a big button smile. That girl is poison. If I were you, I'd take precaution before I step to meet my girl. You know, cause in some motion, you'll think she's the best thing in the world.
What's up, G?
She's so
Peace and love. Omni, peace and love.
right out of your mind. Steal your heart when you're blind. Beware, she's scheming. She'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and you'll be screaming, demon. Poison, deadly, moving slow. Looking for a mellow fellow like the vote getting paid. Laid, so better lay low. Scheming on house money in the whole shit. The low pro hoe should be cut like an afro. So what you saying, huh? She's winning to you, but I know she's a loser. How did you know? Me and the crew used to do her.
Come on, joy, bump it up. Pain, come on, here we go. Sunshine, what else? Rain, oh yeah, here we go. Joy, come on, here we go. Pain, bump it up. Sunshine, yeah, and rain, give it to a raw face. Well, I'm the new kid, I'm just coming up. A lot of raps.
Happy birthday to you, my brother. Much love, King Lion. Happy birthday, man. Enjoy, brother.
Think that I can't tear it up. Well, I'ma show them and ignore them.
shit ain't probably
And when they
playing
think
right
I ain't looking out for them, I mean, take them out. I keep moving. A slick baseline, keep the beat moving. They can't take it. They just fake it. They wonder how the raw bass make it. I get ill.
All right, gang. We done had some technical difficulties today, but it's, you know what's crazy? It's a little weird stuff, but it's been a wonderful day today. I know that. It's been an amazing day today. I hope everybody been having a good day. Give me some ones in the chat if you done had a good day thus far. If it's been a good Friday for you, a productive Friday, give me a 1 in the chat if it's been a good day thus far.
How the raw bass feels.
There we go.
Come on, pump it up. Pain, pump it up now. Sunshine. What else? Come on. Rain.
That's what I'm talking about.
Joy. Pump it up now.
All right, now we good. Now it sounds better.
Yeah. And rain. Pump it up. I keep smoking hot like fire. You had to turn, now retire. Don't talk back. I'm not a new jack. Cause I'm fresher than you and you're whack. I keep trying, I'm not lying. Up to number one is where I'm flying. I won't slow down, cause I'm the new kid with the devastating sound that hid in the house where I used to practice. No one knew the raw exists, but now I'm getting greedy. Don't lead me the wrong way, cause it just might bring me down. I have to fight to get back up. Move away, cause I just won't slack up. Joy, pump it up, and pain. Come on, here we go. Sunshine, what else? Rain, keep it going. Joy, yeah, and pain. Pump it up, like sunshine. What else? And rain, I'll give it to him right.
I knew something was wrong. Seen our sister Sunsy Lady. I don't even know if she in here right now, but I seen my sister Sunsy Lady post a video. She was boogieing, bro. She had her vibes going, and it made me so happy. Cause she say Chief Kuttah got me listening to this music again. It made me so happy because the whole goal is to remind people that we can do these things right in our home and bring joy to our spirit. When I be saying let's raise the vibration, the whole purpose of that is no matter what kind of day you done had at work, maybe you done had a shitty day. Maybe your day ain't been the best. But when you come up in here with us, we're going to turn some music on. We're going to turn up. We're going to get the vibes good. So that's what it's all about, man. And I want y'all to know, man, listen, rediscover loving music. You know what I'm saying? Stop listening to all this old new shit. This new shit garbage. Go back to the old school. You're going to have the best fun. The most fun you can have in the house is playing the 60s. I mean, it's playing the 60s, 70s, 80s, early 90s. Right? Man, I'm telling you, you're going to have some fun playing them joints, okay? So make sure y'all out there raising the vibration, feeling good, and living good, man. All right. Yeah, D-Lynn, that real music. Shout out to my sister D-Lynn. Always good to see you, mama. Shout out to everybody. All y'all looking beautiful. Shout out to the gods. Shout out to the goddesses. Much love. Cat, we gonna turn it up. So check it out, guys. This is gonna be our last day of introductions. Like I told y'all, I want y'all to always be in the mindset of understanding this is a class. Like we have fun, we joke, we do a lot of stuff, but it's still a real class. And so this week this information that I've been giving you is introductory to what we actually do. Okay, so this class is centered around the study of the Sumerian tablets or the study of the translations of the Sumerian tablets. Okay, and so we're getting ready to enter back into the tablets where we love to be in the tablets. Shout out to my family. Shout out to the UMF. Don't we love the tablets game? It's a soap opera. Okay, so for all my people that don't know, man, reading them tablets. It's like reading the greatest soap opera ever, right? You think As the World Turns is some shit. You think The Bold and the Beautiful is some shit. Wait till y'all get a chance to hear this Anunnaki information. Wait till y'all get to hear the Anunnaki information. So everything you've been getting this week has been laying the groundwork to introduce the Anunnaki information, okay? So not too many places on TikTok is you're going to get somebody that can walk you through the cosmic history. I'm telling you right now. Now ask yourself something. It's not many people out here that can walk you through the cosmic history the way I do. Think about it from the theory that I give you, the theory of God's system through the cosmic wars, all the way up into how Nibiru was even established, how the Anunnaki kingdom was even established. Okay, yeah, as Nibiru turns, man. Come on now. So I walk you all the way up through that. So some of y'all, even though it's your first time with me, you've received a great wealth of information. Because my other classes, they didn't get that cosmic history first. We went straight to the tablets, and then we worked our way back, right? Kind of like how the Star Trek movies is. You know how the Star Trek movies started out in the end and then they worked their way all the way back? That's kind of how we did. So if you just joining me, you've received a great deal of information that my people that was with me originally didn't get originally, okay? So, yeah, I don't want to overwhelm you, but just take your time and just understand that it's going to take multiple classes for you to really know this information, okay? So don't beat yourself up trying to understand everything. Don't beat yourself up if you don't quite understand every concept. But I tell you this, Chief Kuttah is about truth, okay? I'm not in here giving you some stuff that I make up. I just do my research, and this is what the research shows. This is what I bring y'all, okay? So this is the last day of introductions. I hope that we got everybody. If you've been in here every day this week, then you definitely need to be here today, because we finna close it out. We're discussing the validity of the tablets. We're gonna discuss the history of the tablets and the validity of the tablets. Okay, so hopefully we got everybody in the building. One more time, we're gonna do one more roll call because I was waiting to let everybody join. So let me get all UMF in-paid course members to put the number 5 in the chat, and we're gonna see who we got. ETP, what it do, my brother? Shout out to ETP. Much love, family. Much love. We got Ariston, J2, 550. 550, I got some information for you. Idella, G Mitch, saying Breezy, ETP, Corlisa, Imperatus. We got Eel. What it do, my brother? Shout out to my UMF brother Eel. P Seeker, you are not a course member. All right, we course members only in here. Omni, Gigi, Leandrio, Pink, Simply, Martin in the building. Cooley High, Heaven in the building. King J, what it do, bro? Much love, King J. Israel, much love, my brother. Israel, appreciate the donation, fam. Okay, I think I received. I'm almost certain that was you that sent that. That's you, Ra Allah, right? That's you, right? Shout out to my brother Israel. I appreciate that, man. No, you was actually on to something, brother. I want to validate something that you said yesterday. I think we got everybody but the sister Sunsy Lady. And I think it was another sister named let me see. It was a sister named Sunsy. I mean, I know we got Sunsy Lady, but it was I think it's one more person. So let me see if I can get everybody messaged. All right, we're gonna hit up Big Dream and Shouty, Miss Cephas, SOE, Sunsy Lady, L. All right, so let me hit these folks up right quick. Let me give these folks a chance to join, because like I say, okay. Oh yeah, I hit Miss Kim up. Yeah, I hit her up. I hit her up too. So like I say, man, even though, like I say, I'm trying to post the classes on YouTube. I didn't get to post last night's class because I was just tired. I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna do this shit. I'm gonna try to do it tonight though. Okay. So I'm gonna try to post it tonight. But like I say, if okay, SOE in the building. I didn't see you, my brother. My fault. SOE in the building. So we looking for a Sunsy Lady. I think it was L and I forgot the other young lady name. So we're gonna give them a minute. We're gonna give them a second to try to get in. I'll give them an additional maybe 10 minutes or so to get in here, and then we're gonna get started. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get this thing going. Or at least 5 minutes, because we need to get started. Because we had some hiccups. So I'm gonna give them another 5 minutes. We got one more joint that we can run off, and we're gonna get into class. All right. What's up, Cameo? Let's do it. I'm gonna do it with my boy Cameo. It used to be walking down. Whatever age you is, it ain't the same as it was back in the day, right? Let's just say if you 50 years old, 50 is just like being barely 40. Okay? If you in your 60s, I know people in their 60s look like they in their early 40s. So even if you're not a class member, let me say this too. If you're not a class member, if you gifting the live, we're going to keep you in here because you're showing some love and you showing purpose, okay? It ain't like these entitled ass people that just be sitting up here like I'm supposed to perform for them. No, brother, I do this for the people who value it. I do it for the people. Appreciate y'all being patient. Like I say, man, we had a couple little technical difficulties earlier. The lights went out. My music wouldn't play. But it all came together. And now it is time for us to begin. All right? This is the last day of introductory information. We'll be breaking for the weekend. Now, I will be live tomorrow, but it won't be class. Okay? So if you want to join my live, feel free to do so. I usually do community talk on the weekends. So that's when I talk about just stuff that's ill in our community, stuff that we need to be aware about. So if you want to join the live, feel free. I'll be live on the other page tomorrow, okay? So, but we break it for the weekend, then we'll be back on Monday to start the tablets, all right? So today, all right, so to understand this Anunnaki information, you need to be able to do three things. You need to have a decent understanding of Earth's archaeological history, which includes its ancient structures, the artifacts of the ancient civilizations, and oral and written history of those civilizations. Do y'all understand that? Like, this shit that I do is different than what these other people do. They watch a video and then they propose their theory based off a video they watch. They're not doing studies. They're not doing real research. Okay? What I wanted to tell my boy 550, you said something yesterday, 550, about them destroying the bells and it allowed them. Cause see, I was trying to understand your question because when y'all write it in the chat, it's one dimensional. So I'm left to try to understand what you're saying. But when I thought about it, I was like, oh, you know what? He might be on to something. Okay. So I think you said they destroyed the bells and this is how they were able to enslave us. Was that the correct statement? Pink, you know what? I'm gonna promote what time I go live. I'll make a video and I'll tag you in it. Because I usually go earlier. It'd be earlier. I don't do my weekend lives on at 6 o'clock. My weekend lives be like 11 a.m., 12 noon, 1 o'clock, stuff like that. But 550, was that correct? I think you had said they destroyed the bell. We was looking at something where they was talking about the bells being destroyed, and you said that they destroyed the bells. This is how they was able to enslave us. Is that correct? How you said that? Because I want to give you some props on that. Because I want to. Okay. Listen. Let me give you some insight on the thing what you said about the bells. So a lot of people ain't ready for this. A lot of people ain't ready for this. What I'm finna tell them, right? How many times y'all done heard me say that the Tartarians was the Moorish Empire? Okay, the Moors was the first human great builders. Okay, so all of the magnificent cathedrals, all these buildings you see across the world, these were buildings designed by Moors all over here in America. If you ever been to San Antonio and you've been to the Alamo, that's a Moorish building. The Moors are all over this place. Some of these state names are Moorish names, right? Like Alabama, right? All of these names, anytime you see AL or EL, this got some connotation with the Moors. But listen up. So the Moors received their knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the Anunnaki. This is these people that became what we know as the Moors or the Murs. That's the correct name. Or a more appropriate enunciation is Mur. Moor is a mispronunciation of the name. So I've told y'all time and time again that the Murs, which y'all call the Moors, were the Tartarians y'all talk about. Okay, this was a part of their empire. So I'm getting ready to do a bill. I'm getting ready to blow this shit out the water, and I'm finna explain something to y'all. Okay. So everybody said it was a great reset, right? A great mud flood or whatever, right? They close. Okay. If you've been around me long enough, you know I've talked about how the reptilians helped the whites usurp the black nobility. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard me say this, because I just take your time, because a lot of people don't understand. They hear the term black nobility, they think this was something bad. The black nobility was the black royals, because we were the royals first. Okay, the black people ran. The black people controlled the world at one time. You got to wrap your mind around it. Okay, so it's hard for people to fathom this idea. Come on now, TikTok. It's hard for people to fathom this idea that black people were in control. I don't know why. That just tells you how much of a job that slavery did on you. That tells you how much of a job your oppressor have did with you, with giving you this information. Listen to me. The same way you look at white people and you be like, white folks run the world. We ran the world. The world was us. The kings, the queens was us. The civilization, the high technology, all of that was us. You understand? Okay. So how did we lose it? How did we lose it? I kept telling folks we did not lose it just by these folks defeating us in battle. They were helped. How many times have you heard me say the whites received help from the reptilian races to usurp the black nobility? I've said this many times before, okay? So that Tartarian Empire, which was the Moorish Empire, and the Moors were the kings, they were the black nobility, they were the kings and queens of all of Europe, all of the whole world. They was the kings and queens of Amexem. Have y'all ever heard the term Amexem? That's what they used to call this world. Amexem represented from one land mass all the way across the world. They were the kings of Amexem, okay? So listen now, I haven't developed my build for this yet, but I wanted to give 550 some props. Because when 550 said that, I wasn't understanding what he was saying because of the way, when you write up a question, if you don't word it a particular way, I can't understand all the time. So anyway, so check it out. This is before I do my build on it, I'm giving y'all this. So these reptilians that I be telling y'all about. All right. Yesterday, I showed you how they was associated with the royal family, right? I showed you that the reptilians was associated with the British royals. Y'all remember that? Right? Okay. So what you got to ask yourself, you got to remember that connection. Okay. So if these people were the original royals, you would have history of that going back to the time of Nubia, of Kia, but you don't. You got history of their kingship only going back maybe 1,000 years. I don't even think 1,000 years. I think more like maybe 600-700 years. The lineage of their kingship goes back 600-700 years. So you got to ask yourself, what happened? What happened at that point which allowed the kingship to go from black folks to these folks? And in that lies the wars. Y'all don't know about the black nobility wars. Y'all don't know that there was a series of wars that were fought. Do your research on the Jacobite wars. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard about the Jacobite wars. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard of the 100 Years' War. If you haven't heard of these wars, you need to go do your research. Y'all don't know about these wars, man. I'm telling you, because listen, these were the wars this is the war that stole your crown. This is what took the crown from black folks to white folks, okay? Y'all ain't never heard nobody say that the original Scottish people were black, that the original Britons were black. Please tell me, give me some tools in the chat if you ever heard that. That the original Scottish people were black. The original British people were black. These were the Black Britons. Okay, the Black Britons, you got the Black Scots. All of these is original. Now, they make TV shows about it. Okay, what's the name of the TV show on Showtime? The old medieval TV show where they got the black woman, where they got the black queen and all that. What's the name of it? They got a TV show on Showtime that talk about this. Queen Anne. So I know one of y'all done watched it. One of y'all sisters done watched that show. Not Bridgerton. It ain't Bridgerton. It's one of these ones about the actual Downtown Abbey. That sound like it. But they got, I can't remember the name of the show, but I know they got a show out there where they deal with the actual Queen Charlotte. Thank you, my love. That's what I'm talking about. They got a show about Queen Charlotte. Thank you. Thank you. So anyway, please listen to me. It's not easy to find research on this stuff. This is the information that they whitewashed from history. Okay? So they changed a lot of people. They changed King James. They made y'all think King James of the Bible. They made y'all think he was a white dude. He wasn't a white dude. They told y'all that man was a schmomosexual and all that. They denigrated this man because he was a black man. He was not a white guy, and he was not none of the stuff they said about him. A lot of these folks back there were black. Okay. Yeah, it ain't Google. It's bigger than Google. This come from the white power structure. The white power structure censored it. The white power structure did this 700 years ago. This way before Google. It's way before Google. So you got to understand, it's a lot to it. But I don't want to get off into that. But let me say what I'm trying to say. So these wars, the Jacobite wars, the 100-year wars. I'm sorry. Jacobite wars, the 100-year wars. Okay? Look into these. These are the black nobility wars. This is how the whites took the crown from the blacks, right? But they had help. They had help. They received help. So when my boy said something about the bells, it made me think. All of these cathedrals with these cathodes, with these sound frequency, with these big bells, these were Moorish. This is Moorish buildings, Moorish architecture. They designed this stuff to use it to raise the vibration. But when the war was on, when they ended up having to fight the reptilians, they used it as a weapon. Yes, to heal. That's what they was doing. It was for that. But then they was able to use it as a weapon. Okay? Now, them reptilians, watch this. Now them reptilians they the highest in technology. That's one thing they do well, is they build technological warfare. Okay? So when they were able to usurp and defeat the black nobility, the first thing they did was destroy all them fucking bells. They made sure they buried them bells. They destroyed them. They made sure they wasn't in use no more. Think about it. To this day, we ain't using none of them bells. Nobody's using these bells, okay? So they destroyed these motherfuckers. Now, go look up the research on these bells and ask yourself, why is all these bells buried? Why is all the bells buried? Why is all the bells destroyed? The bells is destroyed. They was buried because they was a weapon. And the weapon was used against the reptilians. So, my boy was right. That destroying of that technology is what eventually allowed them to usurp the black nobility, which led to our enslavement. The black nobility was keeping the black Indian races safe. Y'all got this shit backwards. Their power is what was keeping all of these indigenous places safe. As soon as the whites usurped and took control, the first thing they did is went right over to America. I swear to God. Right after they usurped the black nobility, even April Fools, the day April Fools, a lot of people don't know what April Fools is really about. A lot of people don't know what April Fools. April Fools is the day they massacred the last of the Moors, the last of the ruling Moors. They tricked them. Okay? The Spanish told the Moors that they can safely leave. After they had usurped them, they told the Moors that they could safely leave. Here you go. We're going to give you some boats. Y'all can go back to Africa. Y'all can sail back to Africa. We're going to let y'all go. But when the Moors came down to the boats, the whites burned the boats and then they massacred them. Okay? And to this day, they did that on April the 1st. And to this day, that's where you get April Fools from. Okay? So if you didn't know that, I'm giving you that right now. April Fools come from the black nobility being tricked, the last of the royal Moors being tricked and massacred on April the 1st. Okay? So I want y'all to know, man, I be trying to give y'all this truth because they never gonna give y'all this shit. Y'all thought that them folk were gonna give y'all the truth about what happened in history for real. Oh Lord, you need to know, man, you under attack. You under attack. These folks want to enslave you again. They don't want to empower you. They don't want to empower you. So if y'all want to see the truth, you got to get beyond the veil. And that's what my class is about. My class is a look beyond the veil. The veil is that shit that they gave y'all and told y'all it's called history. So they gave y'all his story. That's what y'all running around here holding close to your heart. His story. We ain't never validated his story. Huh? We ain't never validated his story. And we know he a liar. So why would we trust his story? This man that lied about every damn thing. This man that did everything dishonest under the sun. So why in the hell would we trust his story? Somebody show Zach Khatib the door. We ain't up in here talking about no damn presidents. Get your ass up out of here. Go find another room. Go find a political room to do it in. You ain't doing it up in here. Take all that dumbass political shit out of here. Anybody that's out here looking for a president to save them, you'd already lived your life wrong. If you need a president to save you, you'd have lived your life wrong. Ain't no president gonna save you. All right, so Matt, miss me with that. So I just wanted to give you that. My boy said that yesterday, and I went and I thought about what he was saying, and I said, you know what? I say he actually is what he's saying is right, but it's just so much more information to it, right? That's why I be telling folks, you know, when we say stuff, we got to be able to explain it in totality. Whatever we trying to say, we got to be able to explain it in totality. So I couldn't expound on it yesterday, but I wanted to show 550 some love because that's a true statement, 550. That is part of what led to our enslavement, okay? Was the destroying of those bells and those sound frequency tools, okay? So shout out to my boy 550 for that. Much love, family. Much love. All right, let me get this thing. Let's get this thing back on the road, man. Yeah, well, you know what? It was just like I had to take some time to understand what you were saying. And once I thought about it, I was like, well, it is some credence to that, right? But the one thing about knowledge and information, guys, all of it requires a great deal of explanation. If somebody gives you any information and it's not attached to a great deal of explanation, then it might not be what you think it is. So it takes some time to build on this stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm coming with that bill. Listen, I'm coming with that bill. The reptilians versus the black nobility. I'm coming with that bill. It's coming. All right? All right. So to understand this Anunnaki information, you need to be able to do three things. You need to have a decent understanding of Earth's archaeological history, which includes the study of its ancient structures, like the pyramids, the Sphinx. You need to know about this shit. You need to know about Adam's calendar, right? You need to know about the artifacts of the ancient civilizations. You need to know about the artifacts like the Sumerian tablets, okay? You need to know about the oral and the written history of those civilizations. This includes cave drawings that's also known as pictographs, okay? Yeah, the bells are healing. Let me tell y'all something I do too, okay? I do sound frequency healing. This is one of the things I do in meditation, but I'm also getting into this magnetic healing. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know, magnets do a great deal of good on our body. Magnets can draw. And remove harmful and heavy metals from the bloodstream. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of work with magnets. I'm trying to learn how to, use those in that sense too, and that should be working. I be feeling good. I be feeling euphoric when I run that magnet over my arms. I be feeling euphoric. So I'm doing my research on that, man. And as I discover more information, I'm gonna share it with y'all. Okay. So back to what I was saying, you have to be able to do three things. You need to have a decent understanding of Earth's archaeological history, includes the ancient structures, the artifacts of ancient civilizations, the oral and written history of those civilizations. You have to understand carbon dating records. Okay. So if you don't understand what a carbon dated record is, that is the age of some of these things. That's the age of the Sumerian tablets, the age of the pyramid, the age of the Sphinx. Okay, so that's the carbon dated records. You need that so you can place these artifacts in the right place on Earth's timeline. Okay, because when we discussing Earth's timeline, you got to know what happened and when it happened. Okay. This is the work associated with piecing together humanity's true story. Without this evidence and the study of this evidence, we have absolutely nothing. Nothing. Because without real proof, you would never know the true story. So please, save the hearsay and bring proof. Proof trumps belief. All right? That's one of my favorite quotes. Proof trumps belief. I don't care what you believe. I care what you can prove. Okay? So I mentioned to understand this Anunnaki information, you need to be able to do three things. Number one, understanding your world archaeology. What's the oldest structure? What is the oldest structure known to man? Where did the first language come from? When did man begin to form? What's the true age of the Sphinx? What's the true age of the pyramids? Okay? So, when you do some of this research, you find out real fast who got the oldest structure. You find out real fast who got the first written language. Okay? It's important to do this information. And I emphasize true in that statement because there are two schools of thought in the research world. There's what the mainstream approves of, and there's what the truthers support. Okay? So when you're doing research, you got to be careful. All sources ain't good sources. Let me say that clearly. When you are doing research, all sources are not good sources. You got to understand the difference in the two schools of thought, okay? One school of thought is what the mainstream provides. The mainstream has an agenda to present humanity with a false history. So they will not support any information that goes against their agenda. Just like that information I was just telling y'all about the black nobility. You ain't gonna find that being supported by mainstream. The Smithsonian ain't gonna support that. Okay? So I need y'all to understand that, these people ain't gonna never come out and tell y'all the real truth. You gotta piece it together. You know how they say all truth comes to light? Whatever's done in the dark comes to light. That's a fact. They can't hide all the truth. Because the divinity ain't gonna let all the truth be hid. You know what I'm saying? The divine right is gonna bring the truth to light. Okay? So they can't hide it all. This is why we are able to find it. Right? The Most High is allowing us to find this information, piece it together, so we will know. Okay? So the mainstream, don't ever go to mainstream for your information. Okay? Don't bring me no mainstream information. Bring me information from truthers. Okay? The truthers are there to report the truth no matter what the findings show. This is the part where you have to know who's who. We trust the information of men who have invested their own capital in archaeological digs, right? The men that invest their own money, I rock with them. The ones who fund their own scientific analysis, I rock with them. Their findings are free of pressure from institutions. These men existed before the cabal took over archaeology and science. Okay, so y'all got to know that. The cabal took over archaeology and science. This is why it's hard to find truths. So you got to go to the people that's not in the cabal. Guys like Michael Cremo, Graham Hancock, Eric von Daniken. These are all people that's been putting in this work to make sure we can know this information. These are people who went out in the dirt, dug this shit up, studied it, paid for scientific analysis. Okay? I separate myself from a lot of social media informationists because most don't go through the proper protocol to vet information. For example, if you make a claim to me, be prepared to prove it with circumstantial or physical evidence. For example, give me at least 3 respectable members of academia that champion your theory, or at least some literature that supports it. Okay? If you come to me with an ideology, make sure it's supported by some facts. We need more than just your belief. If that's all you have, then just say, I have a belief. Okay? Don't try to force it like it's knowledge. Just say, I got a belief. Right now, I'm only interested in facts. So if I have facts on a subject, beliefs will not be accepted. Once you have these answers, you can begin the process of piecing together the puzzle of humanity's history. Okay? So the 2 biggest institutions of mankind, I'm sorry, I skipped a piece. You need an understanding of Earth's origin story, okay, biblically and scientifically. So if you want to know this information, you need to know what the Bible says about creation, and you need to know what science says about creation, okay? Because religion and science gives us 2 different origins of the story of humanity. Y'all understand that, right? The Bible say one thing happened. Science says another thing happened. So the 2 biggest institutions of mankind can't agree on how we came to be. Think about that. What's bigger than, the only thing you can say bigger than science is religion. They are equally big. Okay? And that's because, really, to be honest with you, God is science, right? The knowledge of God is science and math, okay? We talked about this before. Scientists just need absolute proof. That's their issue, right? They just kind of anal about that, needing absolute data. They need to be able to see they need to see God. And you ain't gonna be able to see God. This is my problem with science. They can't accept that they ain't in the VIP. They want to be in the VIP so bad. You can't be in the VIP, big dog. You got to stay in the line. You got to stay over there. You want to be able to see God, and you cannot see God. That just is the highest level. You're not going to be able to see the 13th dimension. Okay? So you got to accept that God does exist, and we exist in its system. I ain't mean to say his. We exist in God's system. Okay, but science needs absolute proof. All right, that's their issue. Okay, but the information that science has is right. Okay, it's just missing some stuff. So the 2 biggest institutions of mankind can't agree on how we came to be. And where there's confusion, there's chaos. And where there's chaos, you will find the agent of chaos. And that's not the creator. Okay? So we got chaos because we got the Bible saying one thing and we got science saying another. That is chaos. Okay? If you connected to the true creator of all all three eyes will be open. You will be given the authentic truth, one that makes sense. So you got to have all three. Y'all using these two. What about this one? You see this dent in my head? This indentation been with me since birth. This indentation is a protrusion of my third eye. If I continue to raise in vibration, right now I'm still low in vibration. I got to stop doing a lot of different things. There's so many things I got to do. But I'm at a high level informationally, but I'm still at a low level spiritually. But if I continue to raise my vibration, that eye gonna protrude from right there. Right? That dent been with me since birth. That's a protrusion of my third eye. I just got to continue to raise in vibration. You understand? Some of y'all might have that. It depending on where you at in your journey. You might have that. If you are connected to the true creator of all three eyes will be open. You will be given the authentic truth, one that makes sense. Biblically, you are told one God from the sky personally was involved with the creation of humanity on this planet. And that this God created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh, he rested. So that's what they give y'all biblically, right? That God put it all together in what we consider 6 days, and on the seventh day, he rested. Nothing is wrong with believing that. Nothing at all. But it's a belief, okay? What trumps belief? Proof. If this world was put together in 6 days, guys, it'll be some proof out there. It'll be no problem to prove that. It'll be no problem to prove that. Okay? So what is our proof of this 6 days of creation that included humanity? If your proof is just the Bible, then you need to do proper research on the Bible. So if you're saying that, man, my proof is the Bible is not proof. Okay? Because if you know what the Bible is and you know how much dilution the Bible has been through, if you know how many mistranslations the Bible have been through, then you can't use that as proof. You just gotta have a good history of understanding. Most people don't though, right? 95% of the people in our society don't have this level of knowledge. Most people believe exactly what they've been told. They never researched the Bible. They never researched the information in the Bible. They never researched where the Bible came from. They never researched none of those civilizations. Okay? But if you know like I know, you know that Bible been through a lot of translations. It's been diluted quite a bit. Man, the Bible is only 1,900 years old. Your oldest Bible is only 1,900 to 2,200 years old. The oldest Hebrew Bible is 1,900. The oldest Ethiopian Bible is 1,600 years old. The Hebrew Bible came before the Ethiopian Bible. People need to know that. The Ethiopians converted to Christianity. They were not were original under the Christianity religion. All right? They converted. Man's history goes way beyond 1,900 years. Man's history goes way beyond 1,900 years. Again, I'm going to tell y'all, this is a course member only space. Okay? If you're not a course member, definitely don't put nothing in the chat. Okay? If you want to, I'm just going to be cool. If you're not a course member, don't put nothing in the chat. All right? Course members only, please. Yeah, baby compared to the tablets. Right on, Seeing Breeze. Proof is geological records. Right? If you want to tell me that the world came together in 6 days, then you got to show me the geological records that support that. You got to show me the rock that formed that fast. You got to show it to me. I'm not saying that the 6-day theory is impossible. I'm just saying we don't have proof of those stats. Your version of God would have to come down from the skies to confirm this. You understand? We need whatever God it is that y'all believe in from the Bible. We need that God to come and confirm and validate and confirm this information if it's true. Because right now, we ain't got nobody here to confirm it. We just believe it. We just believe it. We need that. We need that validation. If religion's version of God exists the way y'all see it, that validation would end everything, right? God could show up, say, hey, this is what I did. This is how it goes. Boom, boom, boom. But that's never happened. That's never happened. Can you imagine how quickly this world would straighten up if God legit made his presence known, if God showed and say, hey, this is who I am. This is what I did, right? Now, what I'm telling you is religion's version of God haven't done that. But when I tell you that that is not a God that's in the Bible, the person that's in the Bible told their story in another format. You got the Bible version. We got the tablet version. That's what we finna get into. We finna read the version of events that these people wrote, these Anunnaki wrote about what they did here, how they did it. And when you see what they wrote, you're going to clearly see how this was translated into the Bible. You're going to see how these people were mistaken for gods and treated as gods. You're going to see all of this. And at the end of this course, you're going to realize that you've been worshiping Amen-Ra. Not the Christ consciousness, not Yahweh. You've been worshiping Amen-Ra. Okay? So that's exactly where we headed with this information. And I hope everybody ready to hear this truth. If God made his presence known to early man, why not us? Think about that. Y'all ever thought about that? When we read the Bible, they talking about God. They talking about God being here. They talking about God handing Moses the tablets. If God had all that interaction with the old ancient past, why not now? We need God more than ever now. You know what I'm saying? Why not now? But we left to figure things out for ourselves. Do y'all understand that? We left to figure this out for ourselves. Except, so you can do two things. You can accept what the people who control society has given you, or you can search for self. Just think about it. Where did your understanding of human history come from? Everything that you learn about human history, where did it come from? Everything that you've ever learned about human history, where did it come from? All that's right. Church, them, school, textbooks. Okay, thank you. Come on with it. So it comes from the textbooks. It comes from the textbooks. And who printed it? Who wrote up all the textbooks? See, this is why I get these people every time. I be like, show me the black folks that wrote the textbooks. Show me the black folks that wrote the textbooks and printed the textbooks. It's too easy. It's too easy. So watch this. Let me ask y'all this, and we finna get this thing going. Let me ask you this. Do you trust your oppressor? Do you trust your oppressor? Do you trust him? Because that's who gave you your history. That's who gave you your version of events. So if a brother is in here telling me Hey, man, you don't know what you talking about. You lying. All you doing is protecting your oppressor. That's all you doing. Here I am trying to free you. I'm trying to free you with the information. I'm trying to lift the burden up off you. I'm trying to get you to raise a vibration. I'm trying to get you to be the best version of yourself. And you gonna go against me for him? That don't make no sense. All right? So let's rise.
I think angels get high, 'cause I can't describe
Let's
all
rise.
these clouds in the sky.
Let's rise. Let's rise. Let's rise.
I think God must have
Can't
cried.
crush your oppressor over your brother, man. I ain't got no reason to lie
I
to you.
can't describe
I ain't got no reason to
all
lie to you.
this rain in my life.
He don't want you to he don't want you to tap
I
into your
think
kingdom.
angels get high.
When the sun goes down, heroes don't come outside. I seen too many villains provide. How could I choose a side to be on? Tell a junkie be gone, 'cause I don't push what he on or she on like before. Sometimes it's hard to pay the debt that you owe. Too much of something good to have you strung on the floor. Thunderstorm, forever phone, outside my home. I swear these angels taking bong hits. I wonder if that flood that came through just because that left us on the curb was one of God's tears. To wash away the pain that we had. The house wasn't much, the neighborhood was bad. The basement won't save us, but the prayers get us past. The rumbling and the thunder never lasts. So I ask, so I ask, so I ask. Yeah.
I think angels get high, 'cause I can't describe all these clouds in the sky.
Tap it up. The likes free, family. Let's go.
I think God must have cried, 'cause I can't describe all this rain in my life. I think angels get high.
Standing on the roof while helicopters swoop by. I think they don't see us. Not even FEMA could redeem the very faith we all lost that made us once believers. Natural disasters bring us closer. My partner never prayed until he thought the world was over. 2012 December 1st, he called me in a panic. He heard a storm was coming and it might destroy the planet. Damn it. I call him back tomorrow, 'cause the boat that I've been paddling can't deal with so much sorrow. Borrowed time wasted. I probably should have played it safe instead of storm chasing. But the prayers that get us past, the rumbling and the thunder never last. So I ask, so I ask, so I ask. Yeah.
I think angels get high, 'cause I can't describe all these clouds in the sky.
Oh, Heaven Year. Check this out, Heaven Year. White people absolutely deceive their own people. Let me be clear before I go to my second portion of information. Let me talk about this right quick. White people don't care about their people. White people don't care. Okay, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. The power structure, the white power structure don't care about white commoners, okay? The white power structure only cares about white power, the elite. If you're not an elitist, okay, let me prove this to you. If you white, let me show you something. Go back and look at your history before you had a run-in with us. And what you're gonna find is you were the nigga. You was the nigga to your own people. See, me and Leandrio, we done watch some of these shows, these medieval shows with these kings and queens. Me and Leandrio was talking about this. Hold on, watch this. Mick Savage, what's happening, my brother? Watch this shit. I was watching the what's the show, Leandrio? The one on Stars with the what it is, the black queen, the white woman. What it is? I know me and you was talking about it. What's the name of that? What's the name of that show, man? We was talking about the Serpent Queen. Okay, there we go. Cause me and you was talking about Queen Melusine or whatever. So there's a show on Showtime or Stars called The Serpent Queen. Okay, this is about the Medici woman that became. She was from the Medici family. She became the Queen of France. Okay, so check this out. The royals could do whatever they want to the white commoners, right? So say you was a white man, you was a commoner, you had a farm, you had a family, right? You could be outside farming and shit with your kids, you know, working on the field, whatever, right? The royals could come in, a nobleman. It ain't even got to be a king. It ain't got to be a king or queen. It could just be somebody from the royal court. A nobleman can come in, take your wife, have sex with her, and all you can do is get mad. Because if you fight back, they're going to kill you and kill your children. That's how the royals used to treat their own people. So this is why I be telling folks, that at the end of the day, man, if you look at history, you will see that the power structure don't care. Let me tell you something. White people gonna have the same fight we got. Because what they started to realize is the power structure don't give a fuck about them. BlackRock don't give a fuck about white folks, man. BlackRock cares about power. Why you think BlackRock is trying to put a black woman in charge? Right? That all they care about is having somebody that's gonna do their bid. Somebody who will do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the truth. White people will absolutely kill their own to get to us. Right? See, whites are collateral damage in this shit. The black man is divinity, right? We got a divine story. We have a divine connection to the planet. We got a divine inheritance, all of that. Right? That's how the crown went from Africa to Europe. Okay? So watch this. Their whole goal is to eradicate us so that they no longer have to deal with the threat of us re-emerging and capturing our inheritance. That's what they worried about. They worried about the black gods waking up, the kings waking up. They worried about that, right? So they did shit like poison our food supply. So all of this food that we eating, when folks be like, well, they poison white people too. I'll be like, yeah, they will gladly hurt their own to get to us. So that's why I be telling white folks that at the end of the day, first of all, we ain't your enemy. Right now, if I ask any white boy in here, have you ever had a black man come in your neighborhood and do a drive-by? Ain't no white man in here. Ain't no white man in here. Nah, the Medici, them white folks. The Medici, them white folks. They evil too. That's Caesar Borgia family. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not Caesar Borgia's family. That's the other family. It's the Borgias and the Medicis. Those are Italian families. I'm sure they got some black in them, though, because the Moors ran Italy. Seeing breezy. They got some black in them because the Moors ran Italy. So all Italians got a dark skin tone. They got that olive skin tone because they got black in their genetics. So you right. You 100% right. But what I was saying about the white folks, no white person could ever say a black man came in his neighborhood and destroyed his neighborhood, did anything to it, because black folks don't fuck with white folks. We don't. That's the truth. They made back in early Jim Crow days, they used to make up lies about black men. Oh, you're cocaine crazed Negro, right? They used to say, oh, black man coming, this big black buck, he gonna come and snatch up the white women and he gonna do this to the white women. They fear-mongered these people into hating us. They put all this propaganda into these people, making these people think that we was there to attack them and do all of this shit. But the truth is, guys, the black man never did to the white man what he feared that the black man would do. The white man has always been in fear of that we were going to go for retribution. But we never did because we not those kind of people. We never been these kind of people. We are naturally peaceful folks. Now, today they will try to use the example of what the hood is. So the hood is something they fucking created. Much love, Mick Savage. Me too, man. My best friend is a white guy. And you might get to meet him one day. He'll be up here. Swear to God on my life. My best friend is a white guy. My children's uncle is a white dude. That's my best friend. If my brother was in here right now, if G was in here, he'll tell you. Like, my brother's a white guy, okay? And he fight with us. He military too. But anyway, they created the hood. They redlined us into these neighborhoods. They developed the projects that put us on top of each other. And then when we was living in harmony in them neighborhoods, they came and dropped the drugs and the guns in the neighborhood. That's the story. And that is what deteriorated our community. If you go back to the 50s and the 60s, wasn't no gangsters, wasn't no niggas and bitches, wasn't no thugging, wasn't none of that going on in our community. Somebody instigated that into our community, okay? So they try to use what they use. They'll try to use the hood and try to say, oh yeah, you see, this is how black people is. That's bullshit. That ain't who we are. Yeah, social engineering, okay? So it's all a game, guys. All right. Now, that's why I told, like, even with my brother Mick Savage being in here, I say, Mick Savage, make sure you comfortable with the melanated truth before you join this class. Because I just report truth. I don't report, I ain't on no hatred shit. Because I know one day, whites, Mexicans, everybody that's against the power structure is going to have to fight against the elites. Soon enough, we're going to have to realize that we all going to have to work together to fight against the elites, right? But my job is to prepare my people. My job is to prepare my people. So I spend all my time and energy trying to prepare my people, trying to heal my people. Folks be thinking because my message is so pro-melanated that I'm against white folks. That's bullshit. White people, my best customers. Who the hell you think be buying all my cars? It be mostly white folks. Shit, if I show you my stats, 75% of my cars are sold to 60% of my cars are sold to whites, 30% to Hispanic, only 10% to blacks. Only 10% of black people do business with black folks. Treat me way worse than all the other folks treat me. So at the end of the day, I love my people, but I'm keeping it real. But I'm trying to educate my folks because of what's been done to us, right? So every time I'm trying to educate my people on the truth, you get somebody coming in here, oh man, you being racist. I'm not being racist, dude. This is the truth. Just cause history done fucking lied to you and made you think that European version of history is the truth, that's what the problem is. If you done went to school your whole life and all you know about is the European version of events, you've been lied to. There's no way you can tell the history of humanity and leave out Africa. If you don't start in Africa, you telling a damn lie. So you gotta start in Africa. So shout out to Mick Savage for having the courage to join us. Much love, Mick Savage. Shout out to Mick Savage for joining us. Much love, brother. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to uplift my people through education because y'all need to get that knowledge. That knowledge, in that knowledge is power. Okay? Guys, we don't take no steps forward in progression. I swear to God, if black folks don't get this knowledge, they ain't gonna never be the best version of themselves. You ain't gonna never be the best version of yourself till you get this knowledge. I'm just think about what I'm doing. A college should be doing this. If a college was true, they would have a hidden history course. They should be doing this. But we got to do it because we can't depend on them to do it. But let me say this too. Let me say this too. Just like I say, I'm doing it. When brothers is out here teaching like this, we can't be looking at our brothers and being like, well, I ain't going to support them monetarily. Because when I call on support from our people, it's with a purpose, man. I need the damn resources to continue to build and extend and to do the things I'm trying to do. We got to fund our progression. We got to fund our progression. Who the fuck y'all waiting on? Beyonce? Who y'all waiting on? Jay-Z or Beyonce to come in and uplift you and teach you and progress? Because them folks ain't coming. The celebrities ain't coming. Who y'all waiting on? Some more of these politicians? Politician. He is a lietician. They know how to lie. It's right there in the name. Politrix. Politician. He's a technician in lying. So these folks ain't gonna save you, homie. These folks ain't gonna help you. So what's the most important thing out here, guys? Is it not valuable? Is it not worth investing into the progression of our people? Is it not worth it? Is the hamburgers at McDonald's and the fucking hot Takis and the hot Cheetos, is all of that shit more worth it than this? It can't be. So the same money people spend on that bullshit is the same money that y'all can sow into movements. Sow something into the UMF. Sow something into the FBA. Sow something into any of these movements that's positive in teaching our people and leading our people. We all need the fucking help. The UMF is real, but it don't happen unless we all come together, sow something in, and make it happen. Take a damn risk. Who cares? Let me tell y'all something. If the UMF didn't work out, I guarantee you won't look up and be like, man, I lost $10,000 to the UMF. You will never give $10,000 to the UMF. We do this incrementally. We doing this with everybody being involved, everybody putting a piece. If today all you donated was $3 or $4, your $3 plus 20 other people $3, it adds up. It goes toward what we trying to do. That's why I be telling folks, man, show the love, homie. When I ask that, I'm not telling you help me pay my fucking bills. My bills paid. I'm asking you to help me fund this movement. Because I be damned if I'm going to goddamn go through all the work of gathering the information, teaching the information, putting myself at risk, and I got to fund it? Hell no. Black folks got to show me that they want to put some skin in the game. Because the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, they fuck with people like me. They don't let people like me just tell his truth without being messed with. So all I'm saying is put some skin in the game when I say, hey, man, support the live. When I say show some love, donate to the UMF, put some skin in the game, man. Because y'all be looking for leaders. Y'all looking for leaders. Y'all looking for people to do this shit. But then what do? You want the hookup. Oh, you supposed to be teaching for free. It's a brother out here right now, I swear to God, that I used to be cool with, that turned his back on me. Right? He chose his side. But I came across that nigga live the other day, and he was on live asking people to donate money, so he can have somewhere to stay. And all I could think is, oh, this one of the niggas that was talking bad about me charging for class. Swear to God. One of the dudes that was talking bad about me charging for class, and now he out this motherfucker don't even got nowhere to stay. And I told him, I say, brother, you're educating these folks. I say, these folks, most of these folks that's online, they can afford to sow $5, $3, $2 for the education that you provide. Exactly, my bro. McSavage, that's exactly what I did. I told my people, I say, I'm going to give you something if you in exchange for me. Now, let me ask one of y'all something. If you donated $10 today, would that $10 keep your bills from being paid? Would that $10 keep you from feeding your family? Because if so, I wouldn't want your $10. That's the point. I wouldn't want your $10 in it to take food out your children's mouth. But don't sit up in here and get this game from Chief and then say to yourself, well, I ain't finna donate nothing. I ain't gonna do that's bullshit, man. I don't need you around. I need people who are willing to invest. Because when it's time, let me tell y'all something. When it's time to buy that land, when it's time to find that piece of land and start building that first community, I don't want no capologists. I don't want to hear a bunch of, hey, Chief, I'm here in spirit. Fuck that. Be ready to invest in this shit. Because I'm about business. I'm a businessman, so I don't like cappers. Okay? Be about business, man. When it come time, be about that business. So like I say, bro, if we still looking for hookups and shit like that, we ain't gonna never get to where we trying to go. We got to start investing in our people the same way we invest in Gucci, Louis, the same way we invest in Nike. We invest in everybody else but our brothers and sisters that's out here teaching and pushing truth. And this the most dangerous fucking job on social media is to be out here with your face in the camera speaking about things that they don't want you to speak about. They burned these books. They burned these books. They buried these books. They didn't want y'all to know this shit. So like at the end of the day, we trying to build this movement, man. We need all the help we can get. We need all the help we can get. Much love, Cat. I love y'all. Y'all know, listen. I got my, y'all, if y'all see them people that's gifting all the time, they're my foundational people. One thing I ain't worried about, my foundational people gonna represent. And guess what they got from me? They know they can reach me at any time. They can message me. I'm gonna get back to them. They know if they ever need anything from me, spiritually, physically, I'm gonna be there for them. And another thing, these folks is my friends. These my friends. You understand? They got real friendship with me. Man, I got 13,000 people follow me on one page. I got 10,000 people follow me on another page. I can't befriend every person that come to me and say, hey, Chief, I watch videos. What the hell going on? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to.
I do not want to be in this
Let's
live.
drop that.
Get me
I don't
out.
want to do that.
I'm working.
No. We got to drop that. I'm not doing this today. Hold on. Let me drop out. I got to drop out, guys. Let me drop out. I'm trying to teach my class. I don't want to do this. How do I get out of this shit? I don't want to do this. Hold on, let me exit out of this stuff. Shit, I ain't did this stuff in a long time, man.
Yeah, I don't know how to take it off either.
God damn, I don't know how to do it, man. I'm sorry, sweetie. I got a
It's
class
okay.
I'm teaching. I don't want to do the
People in my live, I'm gonna restart because I don't know how to get out of a live. Okay.
Okay, I think I found it. Hold on, I think I found the
Oh,
button.
he thinks he
Okay,
found
hold on. Damn, I think I followed you. I tell you what, we gonna go and do it. She got good energy. We gonna do the battle. We gonna do the battle then. Let's do the battle. I don't know how to get out, so we gonna do the battle.
I don't know how to get out, so I'm gonna exit.
Let's do it then. We gonna do.
I'm gonna exit.
I ain't know how to get out. I was trying. Let's do the battle. So what we gotta do? What I gotta do? Okay, there we go. We out. Fuck it. Let it go. I didn't know how I was trying to get up out that motherfucker though. I definitely ain't want to do that shit. Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Give me a 1. Yeah, we were both trying to get out, man. We were both trying to get out. So, okay, everybody can hear me clear. Let me get. I ain't want to do that shit. That shit cool sometimes, but right now I want to get it. I want to stay with the information. But like I say, man, support the movement, support the live. Help me continue this. Help me continue growing this, right? Continue spreading this. Continue finding the right people to build this movement, right? Because like I say, man, it's a lot of steps in this movement, right? But the first step is to galvanize the right minds, the right people, and then we're gonna get to know each other. We're gonna get to know each other publicly, right? We're gonna have our first public meeting. Right? I'm trying to raise enough money so that we can fund this event. This event gonna cost damn near $7,500 to have. It's gonna be a very classy, beautiful event. It's gonna be a 3-day event. We're looking at Houston as the destination, but we need to get the bread up so we can get our vendors in place. The reason why it's so expensive, because some of us are vegan. Some of us don't mind eating the regular food. So I got to have vegan vendors. I got to have regular food vendors. We got to have the entertainment. We got to have security. We got to have insurance, location. All of this shit is extremely expensive, okay? So I'm always trying to raise money to hit the goal. I had stopped for a while because I kind of got dejected. I'll talk about that another time, but I'm trying to get back into like just raising this money to do this stuff, okay? All right, let's get back to the information. So, some people will be stuck on my proof is the Bible. The same people that tell you their proof of humanity's history being the Bible never researched the Bible. They never studied it. They never researched it. Trust me. So when I tell them the Bible as you know it is only 1900 years old, they look at me with disdain. But think about it. Someone had to record all these events to make it into a book. Okay, watch this. In order for the Bible to become a book, you know how, let me tell you how much of a baby brain some of these people think are. They think that the Bible was fully formed. They think that the Bible was fully formed and given to Adam and Eve. They don't even realize that somebody had to record these events and record not just the beginning. They had to be around long enough to record from the beginning all the way up until where we at now, right? Or all the way up into the biblical period, right? So, if you're telling me that God be writing in pen and paper, that's what you're trying to tell me? You tell me that God was taking notes? No time. You tell me, so you make, as again, you're making God a man. My God is energy. My God is existence. These are the things that facilitated us being creation, right? So if you see God as a physical person, then God would have to be physically present, writing down these events and putting them in a way where we can turn that into a book, okay? But the events had to be recorded over a great period of time. Adam and Eve doesn't happen at the same time as Abraham and Moses. These are vastly different time periods. So the Bible, as you know, are a collection of these events throughout early humanity. Also, your Bible is written on paper. So, you know, paper is new. Adam, Eve, Moses, and Abraham didn't have paper, gang. What y'all think? Y'all think paper been around since the beginning of time? See what I'm saying? This is why you got to do this research. You need to know when did they start using paper? Paper wasn't used until the 4th century BC. All right, like 400 BC. No, Egypt is not America after all. What the fuck is you talking about? Show that goofy though. So Egypt is America after all. Man, what the? Get out of here. Goofy. Paper wasn't used until 4th century BC. It wasn't readily used until 1st century BC. Okay? So it wasn't used, only a few people had access to it, right? And that was about the same time when the Hebrew Bible was put together. So if they wasn't writing on paper, what were they using? Right? We can't just say papyrus, because papyrus is paper. You know what I'm saying? That's paper. That was the first paper, was the papyrus. So before papyrus and paper, what did they use? The stone. Things was inscribed in stone and clay. Okay? So the clay and the stones were the first first mode of records used to etch things in stone. Go back to the earliest pictographs, right? In the caves, you see people writing on the stone, right? So when this history was created, the Anunnaki got the computer version of it, right? They got it in computer form, right? They also had it inscribed on lapis lazuli, right? These beautiful blue stone tablets, right? But they also had it translated to clay tablets for humanity, okay? The clay tablets is what we are going to be using. They use clay and stone to record things. So the first collection of biblical events were recorded in stone. The 10 Commandments were reported to be recorded on what? The 10 Commandments were reported to be recorded on what? We got to make it make sense. This is what it looks like when you investigate information instead of just believing it. So you can't walk around saying, oh, the Bible, this Bible, that. No, you got to get the stone version of the Bible. You got to get whatever the stone version of the Bible is, you got to read that one first. So this is what brings us together, is to understand these first recording of biblical events. This history was recorded by the Anunnaki on their technological devices, but transferred onto clay tablets for humans. These clay tablets held the history of humanity from 450,000 years ago up to the age of Yahshua. Man began to record his own history, maybe 2,000 years ago. Okay? So the clay tablets held the history of humanity from 450,000 years up until the time of Yeshua. Man began to record his only history maybe 2,000 years before Yeshua. These Sumerian tablets are the recordings of the first biblical events. The 7 days of creation was misunderstood. The significance of the 7 days is the first 7 days on earth for the Anunnaki. So when y'all hear about God created the earth in 6 days and on the seventh he rested, when we get into the tablets, you're going to see the real version. You're going to see the real version, okay? The creation of man did not take place the way your Bible explained it. Man was not created. Man was already present, but was naturally evolving. It was not man as you know us today, but an earlier version of us. The hominid species was the first man. This species, who the Anunnaki operated on genetically to create Homo sapien, this was the species that the Anunnaki operated on genetically to create Homo sapien. The tablets explains this thoroughly. Excuse me. They also explain the creation of the second line of man, known as the civilized man or Homo sapiens sapien. Okay, so watch this. Let me show you a problem. It was 2 lines of humans. The early humans, it was 2 lines. But your Bible don't show you that. All right? So you had the first line, which was the Adamu, and the second line, which was the Adapa. Okay? Biblical Adam comes from the second line, the Adapa. Biblical Adam was the civilized man. The Adamu was more primitive, a lot more primitive than what the Adapa was. We're gonna show you all of this, okay? But the hominid species was the first man, all right? The civilized man was your biblical Adam and Eve. The tablet gives us the answers where the Bible leaves us with questions. Okay, the Bible leaves you with so many questions. Okay? If you truly want these questions answered, you must learn from the source. The tablets are the source. The Bible is just the latest translation of these events. From the stone tablet, the story was translated many times over many millennia. By the time we reached the era of Yahshua, this info had been mistranslated thousands of times. What can start out as a small story amongst two people can spread and become an entire epic by the time it reaches the 1,000th person. Do y'all understand that? So when something starts out, you got the original. By the time it gets further down the line, people have added stuff on, people have took stuff out, people have made stuff bigger than what it was. So, information goes through transformation. This info was translated so much that it got lost in translation, and people began to record events based off of what they assumed the story to be. So instead of having a story of the Anunnaki arriving and in their first 7 days they set up camp and rested on the 7th, instead you get God coming out of the sky, creating the earth, animals, man and woman, and giving them a garden full of fruits and veggies. Equip that garden with an apple that will make them smart, but God didn't want them to eat it. Because God didn't want them to be smart. Let me run that back to you again. This is your events. These are your events. So what you're telling me is God came out the sky. He created the earth, animals, men and women, all in 6 days. Gave them a garden full of fruits and veggies. He put an apple in the garden that they wasn't supposed to eat. Think about how crazy this shit is. This apple supposedly was supposed to make them smart. And from what that story tells us, hold on, let's look at it. Let's look at it. So what that story tells us is that I guess God didn't want us to be knowledgeable. Now, do that make fucking sense? Do you really think in your heart of hearts the God that we serve, the God that created the universe, intended for us not to be intelligent? Are you kidding me? So what do? We're going straight to hell because we out here being smart as hell. We out here being intelligent as hell. Do you know what society would look like if we never learned anything? You can go take a look at some primitive societies, brother. It's rough. You can go look at some primitive societies. It is rough. Okay? So no, man. Hey, listen, that's crazy. God is knowledge. God is knowledge. So if we wasn't supposed to learn knowledge, what the hell are we doing? And watch this. My nigga, I like to think of God as being perfect. You know what I'm saying? I like to think of God as being perfect. For me, I cannot fathom why God would create a garden and put an apple in there that he didn't want the humans to eat. Why you put the motherfucker there? Right? And if it's just a test, right? If you say it's just a test, now I got to deal with the fact that God didn't want us to be knowledgeable. So that scares me in itself. So first you got, watch this. You got that version of God not wanting us to be knowledgeable. Then you got books like Ephesians and that scripture from Numbers that I read to y'all. God telling Moses to kill all the little kids and keep the little girls for yourself. And, you got Ephesians telling us to obey y'all earthly masters. And, man, come on, something ain't right. Something ain't right, gang. Okay? So, no, y'all gonna get the real version. Y'all finna get the real version of events on Monday. Okay? I mean, beginning on Monday. You're gonna get the real versions of events, right? God intended for us to be intelligent, man. Everything that has happened that facilitated us being here today was meant to happen. Even the bad stuff. Just like we talk about the black nobility, we talk about all the shit that we went through and how we got usurped. All of that was supposed to happen because it's a part of what we're being trained. It's a part of the training. So it's hard for you to understand, like, why would God allow this to happen, allow this to happen? What I'm here to do is I'm here to explain the true God to you. So when stuff happens, y'all be like, why God letting this happen? That's because y'all believe in the Bible. See what I'm saying? Y'all believe in the biblical version of God, which makes you think he's like a man and boom, 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 right? My job is to show you the true version of God, show you God's system so you can have a better understanding and explanation when you're seeing things happen. So when you see something bad happen, if you see something bad happen, like, you know, you see stuff, you just like what's going on in Palestine, we'd be like, well, why would God let little babies get bombed? Well, it don't work. It don't fathom to God like that because life does not end. We see death as an ending. Death is a transition. We see life as a beginning. Life is not a beginning. It's a transition. Okay? So the way we fathom death is like, oh, it's so horrible because, you know, you either gonna miss somebody or you feel bad for what happened to somebody. But you're not seeing it on the highest level. On God level, nobody died. The baby did not die. The energy of that child went into another vessel. Do y'all understand that? So yes, you're going to be hurt because you're human and this is the way your human mind perceives things. You're going to be like, oh yeah, that's horrible. What happened to that child? Whatever. Of course, that's human to be that way. But the next level is understanding that everything that happened, it happens for a reason, whether you understand the reason or not. Okay? Because if that was the case, then you're gonna be like, okay, why didn't God help? You gotta quit looking at it like that. You gotta look at it like, man, I'm just here in a training simulation. You're gonna see a lot of bullshit happen while you in the training simulation. You need to accept that everything has its purpose. Acceptance is key to connecting to the Most High. Okay? If you have not learned to accept things, you know, you can't change everything. You have to accept. All right? Okay, yeah, that was crazy, right? Gave them a garden full of fruits, and one of them that they wasn't supposed to live. The one of them they wasn't supposed to eat. I don't understand it. I wish it was true. Because we wouldn't have so many idiots out here today. I wish an apple did make you smarter. I wish we had an apple that made us smarter. Lord knows. We wouldn't have so many idiots out here today. I'd be throwing apples at their ass. Eat that apple. Go eat that damn apple if it's going to help you be knowledgeable. Shout out to everybody gifting. That's what I appreciate. Listen. I don't want to have to do the matches to get gifts. Like, show the love. If you would gift me in a match, give me that same energy up here without us having to do a match. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I swear to God, guys, whatever you would gift me in a match, give me without having to do a match. Because I want to get this information out. I want to get this information out. So let's keep going. Science says we are a part of natural evolution, which is true. But they ran into an issue. Okay? So let's take a look at science. Science says we are a part of natural evolution, which is true, but they ran into an issue. See, I told you to understand the Anunnaki information, you got to know three things. You need to know Earth's archaeological history. You need to have a knowledge of biblical origins and a knowledge of scientific origins. Okay, so you need to have a great deal of knowledge on those three things. So they say we evolved from the hominid, who was a distant relative of a primate. Okay, so Lucy was a distant relative of a primate. But Lucy was a different branch. All right? And this is true. People hate to hear this. I did not support evolutionary science at once. There was one time I didn't support it. But I also was a baby brain. That was back in my baby brain days. Okay? I was still learning. It turns out the Bible and science are both right. They just not working together. The Bible has some truth to it. Science has some truth to it. It's when you combine the two that you see the real story. All right? That's what I was able to do. So science says the earliest hominid they found was the one they called Lucy. Some of y'all may know of the movie Lucy, which actually shows a scene of her going back in time to touch the early hominid. Y'all remember that in that movie Lucy, where she go all the way back and the hominid thing is there, and it's like, they put it all in the movies. They're going to put it in the movies for you. The scientific name for Lucy was Australopithecus. This is the scientific name, okay? So if you ever want to look it up in a scientific database, Australopithecus. And this hominid goes back about 3.5 million years. Now, the way they tell the story is that Lucy, who was only slightly upright, more akin to an intelligent chimp than to the later versions, the Lucy hominids would take about 1.7 million years before they evolved into Homo habilis, okay? So let's go take a look at this right quick. All right. So this first one would be Lucy, Australopithecus, okay? This is the evolutionary science chart, okay? So the first one would be Lucy. Lucy took about 1.7 million years to transform into Homo habilis. Homo habilis was a little bit more upright, okay? Well, Lucy was slightly upright. Homo habilis was more upright, okay? So now at Homo habilis, Lucy was probably about 50% upright. Homo habilis was about 75% upright, okay? So now that's 1.7 million years. Are y'all listening? 1.7 million. So when we talk about the creation of man, 6 days, guys, these folks' science, either, let me tell y'all something what's going on. Either everything we know about science is wrong, and I don't know how it could be. We couldn't have all the technologies and medicines that we do if it was all wrong, okay? So, it's so much shit that we get from science. So if science is wrong, then everything in our society is wrong. I don't know how that could work. But we can't champion science when it saves our life. Somebody show the end of the Rue Enterprise. Somebody show him the dough. Get your ass up out of here. I don't need no help. You got to join the course. Should have been a course member. We can't champion science when it works for us and then run from science when it says something we don't like. Do y'all agree with that? We cannot champion science when it works for us, but then run from science when it says something that we don't like. Would y'all agree with that statement? Miss Idella, appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Let me get my new goal up here so I ain't got to do this no more. I'm coming with some thunderbolts because I want some rain tonight. I want it to storm. I want a good storm. Come on with the thunderbolts. I wanted the rain tonight. Okay, so right? You can't have it one way. You can't say one thing is right and then the other thing is wrong. Appreciate the love, gang. Appreciate the love. For sure, for sure. It turns out the Bible and science both are right. They're just missing the connecting piece. You know? So like I say, we can't do this flip-flop, okay? So 1.7 million years from Lucy to Homo habilis. That's a long time. That's a long time. 1.7 million. Remember I told y'all that in God's system, there's long-term evolution and there's short-term evolution. Short-term evolution would be what a embryo goes through in its process to become a fetus, then a newborn. Okay? That's a version of short-term evolution. Short-term evolution would also be your life. Your lifespan is a form of short-term evolution. Long-term evolution is this, okay? Long-term evolution is a shark, okay? They talk all the time about how sharks develop these keen hunting senses from hundreds of millions of years, right? They talk about how old sharks is all the time. And they say the shark developed these keen hunting abilities over hundreds of million years of evolution. He wasn't like this before. Okay? He evolved to become the killing machine he is today. You understand? So evolution is real, folks. That's under God's system. It's part of God's seeds, and his seeds evolve. That's creation. All right? So let's get back to it. 1.7 million years from Lucy to Homo habilis. And then Homo habilis took another 1.5 million years to become Homo erectus. Now we fully upright. Now Homo erectus was mobbing around this motherfucker. He was walking like he owned something. Okay? But Homo erectus did not have a language. Right? He was not sophisticated. He didn't have sophisticated tools. He used crude tools. He used stones, right? He could outsmart the other animals, right? It was because he hunted. He ran and drank from the water with the other animals, right? He was much smarter than the other animals, but still primitive in reference to human, to what we are, Homo sapien, right? He didn't have a language. He just grunted, okay? So let's talk about Homo erectus, because that's when the shit hit the fan. Now, Homo erectus, for some reason, evolved into a new version in just 300 to 600,000 years. They say that the evolution of Homo erectus only took between 300 to 600,000 years, which is crazy short. You got to remember, everybody else, 1.7, 1.5. Then all of a sudden, overnight, Homo erectus stopped a quarter away through his evolution and became something else, right? Only a quarter away through his evolution, he becomes a new version. How? Evolution take a long time. It takes long-term evolution. It takes a long time. It don't just up and just do something different. Somebody was involved. Some people say, well, that's God. Well, it's more to the story. See, that's when you want to skip steps. When you want to skip steps and just be like, and be lazy, you're going to say, oh, yeah, God. Well, no, who was that God, though? Huh? Who was that God? It was somebody. Somebody was involved, but it wasn't the creator of all. Now, this is what I need y'all to understand. Whoever was involved did it under the creator's system. That means the creator allowed it. So what you're going to find out, watch this, what you're going to find out is when the Anunnaki did what they did, even they were afraid of what God might think. Oh, you're going to see it. They talk about it. They talk about it. Class, what do the Anunnaki reference God as? What do they call God? What did the Anunnaki call God? I'm going to let my people from previous semester speak. What did they call God? Watch this. I'm going to let my people. There we go. Look, pay attention. This is what the Anunnaki called God, the creator of all. All my people, the creator of all. Now, they never use the term father. They never use the term father. They use the term creator of all. Okay? Because let me tell y'all something. I told y'all it's a fatherly energy and a motherly energy. I told we gotta start understanding that. And honoring God, we gotta stop saying our Father. Somebody taught us our Father. There's a motherly energy and a fatherly energy responsible for creation. Man and woman is a direct version of the original creation. So anything you see here with us, it is replicated in the source. Okay. So there are more than God, you're trained to believe in one God, this dude. But I'm telling you right now, that shit, you can throw that shit away. God is a system. It wasn't just one dude that popped out and started creating shit. It's a system. And in that system, I told y'all in the first class, go back and watch the videos on YouTube. The magnetic male energy, the magnetic female energy and the male and the masculine electrical energy is what facilitated consciousness. The same magnetism and electricity that's responsible for everything in our society, everything in our world. So if you want to look at God, that's God, okay? God is an energy, not a man, all right? If you want to hear that information, go back to our first two classes. They posted on YouTube. We got this information posted on YouTube. So here we go. Homo erectus, out of nowhere, becomes Homo sapien almost overnight. Homo erectus, out of nowhere, becomes Homo sapien almost overnight. Guess what? Science is more honest than that damn Bible. Let me tell you how honest science is. Science was man enough to admit they don't know what happened. Now, you know science always got an answer for something. Now, you know science always got an answer for something. Them folks was man enough to admit that they did not know. We cannot explain what happened. Something magnanimous happened, but they can't explain. It's called the missing link theory. You understand? In evolutionary science, the term is called the missing link theory. The missing link theory is we do not know how Homo erectus all of a sudden became a walking, talking man. That's missing link theory. In missing link theory, somebody show Ron Thugger the Dome. If you got a book, my brother, you should be in your live promoting your book. Because ain't nobody in here, you ain't come to me. If you'd have came to me, I would have promoted your book, but you ain't getting no promotion today. You did it the wrong way. I can't respect it. Holla at you. Talking about his book is the link. Nigga, go tell your people. Your people should be supporting your book. You ain't gonna come up in my platform that I built off of my hard work, sweat, and tears, and then skip steps. It would have been cool if you'd have hit me up and be like, hey, Chief, man, I do some work too. So the missing link theory. Exactly, my boy. Exactly, J Swing. They all want a team like the UMF, but they don't want to put in the work. You got to put in the work if you want a team like the UMF. So missing link theory is science admitting they don't know what happened. Now, I think science know what happened. But because the powers that be control, the cabal controls science. You understand? The cabal controls science and math. So because of that, they don't want you to know what happened. Because if we tell you what happened, then we're going to free you. We don't want you to be free minds. We don't want to free you. We don't want to give you the truth. So we're going to tell you we don't know what happened. They know what happened. Them pyramids tell you what happened. Them complex, highly technical, otherworldly fucking pyramids. You know them pyramids that the dumbass people think that was used to bury pharaohs in? Wait till y'all, let me show y'all something. Watch this. Wait till y'all find out that the version of events y'all got from Egypt is like, that shit is like 10,000 years after the Anunnaki. That shit, the first pharaohs and shit, that's like thousands of years after the Anunnaki. Them people found the pyramids, guys. The first pharaohs and shit, they found the pyramids was already established for thousands and thousands of years when they came to them. They didn't build the pyramids, and the pyramids were not tombs. They were not, the only ones that were tombs were the ones that the humans built. And those are the ugly fucking pyramids. All of the little ugly pyramids, you can tell who built those. But Giza is a different level. Giza is a different level. Teotihuacan is a different level. Chichen Itza is a different level. The Shijan Pyramid, different level. The Black Pyramid in Alaska, different level. Ain't no fallen angels, homie. You need to come get your game up. They not fallen angels. You need to come to class. You need to join the course. They are not fallen angels. They men from another planet. They advanced men, other fourth dimensional beings. Listen, don't ask me questions. Come to fucking class and learn, because you think you know. Come to class if you want to know. Y'all know all this old fallen angels. That's all you know. Fallen angels. Man, come on. Come with some information behind that. And you know, that's how they told, bro. Show Buddy the dough. Yeah, brother, that's the problem. You new here, nigga. It's rules to this room. That's your problem. You ran into the room and you didn't know it's rules to it. So we're going to show you the dough. You think I care about your feelings being hurt, brother? I'm going to protect my life. I'm going to protect my life. I be telling these folks, I'm here for my people. I ain't here for everybody. I'm here for my people. The 144. So watch this shit. I'm finna throw something else at y'all. So y'all hear the term Garden of Eden all the time, right? Y'all want to know what the Sumerian tablets say that Eden mean? The name Eden, what that mean? I'm going to share with y'all what the Sumerian tablets say the name Eden meant. The name Eden, I don't care who that was, my love. Shit, they just not a class member. Whoever they were, I don't care. Don't interrupt the live. Don't interrupt what we doing. It's an exclusive space. All them people that you see coming in here, them people that seen me promoting this class. Them people that seen me promoting this information. Them people choose not to tap in. But they not going to come up in this motherfucker and interrupt what we got going on. They can go to a class where they can do that. They can go to a page where they can do that. What I do here is not what everybody else do. I do what I do here. So if they want to be a part of it, they can join it. The word, the Eden, the name Eden means home of the upright ones. You heard me? Because that's where he found them. He found Homo erectus in that orchid where you know, what we call the Garden of Eden was a fruit orchard. This is who he saw in the orchard. Eden means home of the upright ones, which was Homo erectus. That's why he's called erectus, because he's upright, because he walked upright. Okay? You're going to see this. They're going to give it to you. You got to remember, this one thing I want y'all to remember. All of this information is etched in stone that was buried underground. And this information go back over 5,000 years. So when you read this shit, you got to ask yourself, who would have this information beyond 5,000 years? Because listen, the tablets are graded to be 5,000 years old, but the information is 400,000 years old. So who would have this information that's 400,000 years old at a time when people writing in clay tablets? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at some of the validation of the tablets, okay? I'm going to give y'all some history on the Sumerian tablets. I'm going to let y'all see some of the institutions that have validated the Sumerian tablets. And so that y'all can be comfortable with knowing that this is not some myth or this is not some social media conspiracy theory, okay? So this is what we're about to do right now. Y'all give me 1 second. I got to step away for 1 second. And when I come back, we're going to look at the validity of the tablets. And we're going to go from there. But y'all know I'm going to leave you with some vibes before I step away, okay? Exactly, Corlisa. Definitely not a joke. I'll be right back, gang. I'll be right back. The reason why I be so dismissive of people when they come in here and say stuff, guys, is because I put a lot of work into developing my research in order to teach it. And the problem with social media is you got everybody that's on TikTok trying to present themselves as having this information or having this truth. And the truth is they don't. What's up, my brother Melanated Kings? What's happening, family? Peace and love. Peace and love. Shout out to the UML family in the building. I'm just being honest with y'all, guys. I swear to God. How many times I've told y'all that only maybe 1% of people in the world actually have this knowledge in totality? And of that 1%, only about 0.4% of it can teach it. Y'all in that 1% now. I told you there's a 1% of wealthy, and then there's a 1% of knowledgeable. You understand? So by taking my class, you done entered into that 1%. You part of that 1% of knowledgeable now. Okay? Everybody ain't got this knowledge, man. I'm just being real with y'all. The truth is most of our society is severely uninformed. People got school knowledge. They got controlled curriculum knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They can tell you shit that's based on his story. But this hidden history, nobody got that because you got to do a crazy amount of work to get to it. You got to get lucky to get some of this information. You got to have a divine source. You got to bring in a divine to get to this information. So I'm telling y'all guys, when I'm being dismissive, it's because for one thing, people have the opportunity to join my course. They turn their nose up when they hear that I'm charging. So, okay. Another thing is when you just come into my room and you just interrupt, you stop me you stop my flow. Now I got to engage you and it throws me completely off. So I don't be wanting these folks up here, especially like if you ain't in here supporting the live, I'm not even with that. So I'm going to be dismissive of them people all day long. You know, some of these people take TikTok for granted. Some of these people take TikTok for granted because, you know, everybody got a TikTok, but folks don't know how much work goes into being able to go live and to be able to do a show. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to be dismissive of them type of people all the time. That's how we do. This ain't nothing new, right? If you new to me, then you're going to have to get used to me. Okay? So, yeah, let's get back to it, man. Let's discuss some of the validity in the tablets. Last day of introductory information. Okay, here we go. First thing you need to know is the Sumerian tablets were discovered between 1823 and 1849. All right, so let's take a look. The German philologist George Gotenfried first deciphered cuneiform prior to 1823, and his work was furthered by Henry Creswick, who deciphered the Behistun inscription in 1837. Okay, so just right off the top, we talking about 19th century information. Okay, so we're not talking about nothing that's recent. We talking about in the 19th century is when they discovered these tablets. We got to take that into context. What was life like in the 18th century, in the 19th century? Think about this. People didn't play games back then. People were serious about their information and their knowledge. Do y'all understand that? Like in the 19th century, it ain't like how it is now. How you got folks out here doing hoaxes and making shit up. Folks were serious. Folks did research. Folks were way more intelligent then, like far as just like book smart. Folks was all about that because that's all they did was research and study. They didn't have TV. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have all these distractions. All they did was research and study back in them days, right? If that's what you was, if you was a archaeologist or whatever, right? So 1823 is when they first began to discover these tablets, okay? Main portion of these tablets was discovered in 1849 by Austin Henry Layard, okay? So let's read. The library is an archaeological discovery credited to Austin Henry Layard. Most tablets were taken to England and can now be found in the British Museum. The first discovery was made in late 1849, the so-called Southwest Palace of King Sennacherib, okay? So check it out. If these were fake or if these were capped, you think they'll be keeping them in the British Museum? You think you know why the Brits got them. You know why. You know why. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep all the, who got your information? Who got your knowledge? Been telling you these people got your knowledge. They got all your knowledge. They stole all your knowledge. Took all your knowledge from Africa, took all your knowledge from everywhere. You understand? So, like I say, between 1823 and let me show you something else. The Epic of Gilgamesh. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Okay. George Smith was responsible for deciphering the Epic of Gilgamesh in 1872. Okay. So that was deciphered in 1872. It gave us the flood story. This is where we get the flood story. Here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all thought it came from the Bible. Listen up. Here we go. The Epic of Gilgamesh, and in 1872, the Mesopotamian version of the flood story, which until then was thought, listen to this. Listen, this Google. Which until then was thought to be original to the biblical book of Genesis. Many biblical texts were thought to be original until cuneiform was deciphered. I said all of this shit I just said just to get to this. Just to get to this. What, you thought I wasn't standing on facts? Read that again. If you don't understand what this just told you, it just told you that the tablets is the origin of biblical information. They just told you. The Mesopotamian version of the flood story, which until then was thought to be original to the biblical book of Genesis. Appreciate it, Pink Sugar. Was thought to be original to the biblical book of Genesis. Many biblical texts, they say many biblical texts were thought to be original until cuneiform was deciphered. So y'all ready to get into them tablets, man? So y'all ready to finally understand this biblical information? Y'all ready to understand what religion is? Huh? Think about this shit that I'm talking about, man. It's the most powerful, it is the most powerful questions in humanity. It is no coincidence that it ended up with me teaching this in the way I teach it. This the real red pill. This the real red pill. None of this cap, none of this bullshit from these baby brains with these that get excited. You know how many people get excited from watching a video and then they go to develop information based off a video they watch? Not me. This is 18 years of research. My friends can testify to this. They've been there my whole journey. My wife can testify to this. Early on, my studying, my chasing this research might have ruined my marriage early on. Because I remember I used to, when I was young in my relationship with my wife, I used to be putting so much energy into trying to learn this information that I used to be neglecting spending time with my wife. Because I'd be putting 15 hours into this shit. Thank God she was a trooper. Thank God she was a trooper. Because today, we understand why I was being trained then. I was being trained. I was being trained to teach. And I didn't even know it. I didn't realize it. Guys, I thought I was going to just be a car dealer. And I was happy doing. I was happy just being a car dealer. God say, nah, that ain't what I need you to do. That's what I allowed you to do so you can get your money together, so you can get your finances together. See, I thought I was just going to be a car. I was sold on just having my car business. But God say, nah, man, I got a bigger mission for you, bro. See, that was the mission I wanted, but God had a bigger mission. And it was to teach. It was to lead. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Yeah, big shout out to the wife, man. I love my wife, man. I love my sisters. You know, y'all good women, man. You know, I'm married to a melanated woman. Far as I'm concerned, I'm the greatest women on the planet, dog. You understand? So, you know, I ain't gonna let nobody sell me no bullshit on the internet about black women ain't this and black women ain't that. My wife is a lioness, okay? Now, she respects me, but I also respect that she's a tough cookie. So I don't, you know, treat her like, get in the kitchen and cook. And I don't tell my wife what to do. My wife take care of home on her own. I don't have to tell my wife. A good woman take care of her home on her own. You don't got to say nothing. She like doing that shit. She ain't just doing that shit for me. She doing it because she like to keep her house clean. She enjoy cooking. She enjoyed taking care of them children, even though it's a hard job. Yeah, man, that's the natural gifts that God gave women. That's why we got to stop this bullshit, because can't y'all see the perfect balance of a mom and a dad? Can't y'all see that shit is perfect when you got it? When you got a good mother and you got a good father. My kids know I do the protecting and the providing. You know what I'm saying? My kids know that that's what I do. Dad buys everything, and mom facilitates. They call mom the boss. Sometimes I had to remind my son that, hey, nigga, the money coming from me. You know what I'm saying? I had to remind my son. Because my son be like, mom is the boss. I be like, nigga, who you think gave her the money to buy that shit for you? He be forgetting. But yeah, man, we gotta make sure we not there you go, seeing Breeze. Come on now. Black love, man. Melanated love. We gotta get back to it. We letting these folks destroy us out here. We gotta stop listening to these ignorant ass little girls. We gotta stop all these little girls under 30 years old. Stop listening to their opinions. Them little old ass girls don't know what the hell going on. They don't know nothing about no damn life. Stop listening to their opinions. We don't care about what they got to say. Stop listening to these little old ass boys. That's who out here got grown ass people out here hating each other because of what little girls and little boys is talking about. You know, the only thing I don't like is that married people being quiet because we comfortable. But I need more married people to speak up, man. I need more married people to make videos about marriage, about how it is, because they got folks thinking that marriage is some kind of fucking death wish. Brother, marriage is just like anything in life. Life is not always perfect. So if anybody think a marriage gonna always be perfect, you out your mind. It's gonna be some ebbs, some flows, some ups and downs. You know why I love my wife the way I do? Because when we was in the down times, she had my back. When we went through some tough shit, and we figured it out and we fixed it, it made our love stronger. So yeah, it ain't supposed to be perfect. It's going to go through some things. Life ain't perfect. It ain't supposed to be. If life was perfect, you wouldn't learn nothing from it. Did you hear me? If life was perfect, you wouldn't learn nothing from it. So let's get back to it. Y'all know about Harvard, right? Y'all know about the institution, the college institution. What is it? Probably what, the top 2 institutions in the land? Yale and Harvard. Y'all know about Harvard, right? Harvard been building on this information since the early 1900s, gang. Harvard been building on these. I told you. Now let me ask y'all something. Watch this shit. All the power, all the elites in this country, right? They went to 1, 2, or 3 schools. Harvard, Yale, Princeton. You understand? Maybe Stanford. Harvard, Yale, Princeton. So watch this. Come on now. You know where I'm going, D-Lynn. So how many times have I told y'all that the elites got your information? That the elites study this information. Yeah, Oxford, come on with it. That the elites study this information while they giving y'all bullshit to read, they studying the real shit. Sumerian tablets in the Harvard Semitic Museum. Okay, let's read. Cambridge University, Harvard University Press, look at the age, 1915. So Harvard been building on his information. I'm sorry, is that 1915? Yeah, 1915. Check this out. If Harvard ain't a good enough stamp for you, then I don't know what to do. This is for all them brothers, because, you know, I fell out with a lot of brothers. Because these brothers was talking about, man, them Sumerian tablets, that shit fake. Man, that's a myth. That's the Akkadians. That's what these idiots, that's why I stopped hanging with them folks. I thought them folks was elevated minds. I truly thought that they was elevated minds, but they wasn't. They were just little baby brains. That's why when you go to them lives, they still in them lives arguing with Native Americans. They've been doing that shit for years, guys. That's what they do. They go and they sit in there till a Native American come in there. They get into an argument, and some of y'all like that low vibrational shit. Some of y'all love that low vibrational shit. Go ahead, my love. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I battled with the Native Americans on here, but when I realized that it was more work to do, I went and did the more work. And I told the Indian group, I say, hey man, we need to educate our people on the full story. I say, yeah, we were the first people here. Yeah, we were the original Indians, but we need to be able to explain this to our people. We need to be able to teach our people how we were the first Indians. See, them black Indian people, they can't tell you how we were the first Indians. But your brother can. And the tablet's going to show you that. Ooh, you going to see it. You going to see it. The tablet's going to show you. The tablet's going to show you how we were the first Indians. There's the Harvard seal. Harvard University Press, 1950. Though, I think they don't need to be known. So what Harvard was able to do is decipher a lot of these tablets, and some of these tablets are like accounting records, like banking records. Okay, so imagine that. Imagine reading the tablets and noticing that these were banking records, because the Anunnaki was keeping up with how many U's. Oh, y'all gonna figure. Oh, we gonna get there. We're going to get there. The Anunnaki was keeping up with how much grain they had, how many supplies they had, right? So some of these records are banking records. Some of them are recipes, medicinal notes, all kind of shit in the Sumerian tablets. But the most important tablets is the Lost Book of Enki. Okay? That would be the most important one. The tablets of creation, I got a problem with the tablets of creation. Because the tablets of creation come from a time when Marduk was ruling. When Amun-Ra ruled Egypt, he changed all the history. Okay? So when you read the tablets of creation, you are reading the tablets of creation from his perspective. Okay? So that's why I be telling dudes, like, you need to come holler at Chief, man, so I can put this shit in order for you. So I can do it the right way for you. Okay? So yeah, I know some people, y'all gonna hear some people talk about the tablets of creation, and they legit, but it's just that it's from Marduk's perspective. It's not the truth. It's how he wanted to write things up to show him as God. Okay? But y'all gonna learn all that. Don't worry about it. I'm just planting seeds. I'm just planting seeds, gang, okay? So that's the history of the tablets. It's over 500,000 tablets. They were discovered in 1823, between 1823 and 1849. This was a time where people did not play around. People did not, just like, it ain't like today's time, right? So, and then another thing you got to remember, these tablets were buried. They was unearthed over here in these lands. Okay? So let me ask y'all something right quick. Who the fuck is going to inscribe over in let's talk about the Middle East. Who in the fuck in the 1800s in the Middle East is going to inscribe 500,000 clay tablets, bury them, and then hope somebody gonna come and find them as a hoax? Do that sound like that makes sense to y'all? Do that sound like somebody, come on now, these people was worried about where they was going to get water from. These people was worried about how they was going to get crops. These people wasn't worried about, that's why whites were able to go over there and do the archaeological work, because those people were not doing it. The people who lived over in the Middle East, they wasn't thinking about doing no archaeological work. That shit was buried. It was the whites who went over there to go search for the information. And they ended up digging it up. So like I be telling these dudes, when I be like, if I say, hey man, you get all your knowledge from the white man, that don't mean that it wasn't some white man that did honest work, right? That's just a blanket statement. Technically, it is because of the white man that we know this information. So you got to look at it like this. You got to look at the white man in two different lenses. You got to look at the white man who is against you, and you got to look at the white man that's your friend. There's a white man that's our friend, and there's a white man that's against us. The white man that was against us, right? He the one who buried, punished people for teaching this information. The white man who was a friend to us is the one who did the work and told folks, black folks built these pyramids, and black folks was over here in America. These are white archaeologists that said that black folks was in the Americas first. Right? I ain't never showed that work to y'all. I ain't never told y'all about C.S. Raffines. I ain't never show y'all Constantine Samuel Raffines. These are white men who said that we were in this land first. They wrote this shit in the 1800s, guys. In the 1800s, C.S. Raffines won 2 gold medals from the Geography Society of France for writing about the memoirs of the Negro and the Aboriginal Negro of America. Okay, so like I'm saying, man, I'm just trying to get the information out, because this is the truth, and this truth is gonna help everybody. The truth is gonna help everybody, because I think if more white people was open to the information, they'll learn that the same people that y'all treat bad are the same people that provided the world with all these great works of art and all this great archaeology. Man, Man, bro, we never even revolted, right? We never, you know, think about that. Like, we never even had a real revolt over here in this country. You know what I'm saying? No, I take that back. I take that back. We did. We did. The PD Indians, the South Carolina, the PD Indians had a revolt. The black PD Indians revolted. But like I say, guys, we finna get into this thing. We finna get into the nitty gritty of it. So this is what I want y'all to know. So class on Monday, we read from the tablets. So it ain't gonna be me just talking information. We read over the tablets and we discuss what we read. Okay? So just come ready to chill and hear the story of the Anunnaki. Get yourself comfortable, get you a glass of wine, get you a shot, and sit down, and we're going to read this story that these people left. And it is a remarkable story. It is a most amazing story. Okay? Yes, bring your pen and paper. You please do. Please take notes, gang. You're going to need to take notes. You're going to need to take notes. Okay? So yeah, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. Y'all finally get to hear this information. Y'all, trust me, it's a reason, guys. Listen, the first time I did the class, it was for free. My people, I came back and I told my people, if y'all want me to do it again, I gotta charge for it, because I don't have that kind of time to put that into this and to do it for free. Man, my people showed up and showed out. Man, my folks paid that price for that class, bro. And then they ain't do that shit one time. They did that shit 2 times. Then they did that shit 3 times. You know why them folks did that shit? Because they know that that story is legit. It's the most amazing information that we ever came across. And we had a good time learning it. Okay? So, we about to begin, baby. All right? So shout out to everybody that's been gifting the live. Shout out to everybody that's been showing up and showing out. All right. If you got any questions right now, if you got any questions that I can expound on, we're going to give y'all some time to put your questions up, and we can discuss that. And while we do that, I'm going to run some vibes, man. So shout out to everybody that's showing the love. We're going to do it like this. Hold on, man. We got some technical difficulties again. Oh, man. Would it be to ask if we hid the information of hierarchy from the hands of evil? I'm gonna let you come in the box. Can you come in the box so you can I'm gonna have you give me a little bit more clarity on that, what you're trying to ask. Can you come? Do you have enough followers to come in the box? I'm gonna let you come up. Let me get 5. Let me see if I can bring 550 up. Why it's not giving me the option to invite him into the box? For some reason, it's not giving me the option to invite him into the box. 550, see if you can request to come into the box. So I'm gonna let you give you a chance to kind of clarify what you're asking so I can see if I can answer. I tried to, it's not giving me an option to request him. Let me try it again. Let me see if I can, because it's only showing me certain people. Yeah, it's not even, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he's not even in the list. It's only showing me certain people. It's not showing everybody. Let me see what I can do. Okay, that's what it may be. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, if he don't have enough followers, they're not gonna let him come up and speak. Oh no, he don't have enough. Yeah, you gotta have enough. So let me just go back and see if I can kind of understand what you was asking me again. Okay, if we hid the information of hierarchy from the hands of evil. When you say the information of oh, okay, there you go. All right, you in the building now.
Can you hear me?
I got you, my brother. Talk
Hey,
to me.
brother, how are you? How's everybody?
Man, wonderful, man. Glad to have you in the class too, my brother.
All right, well, thank you, and I appreciate the class, man. I followed you for a while and just, kind of just seeing the way you do things and listened to you for a while before I even, took the class to know what I was getting into based on my, my own information and things that I already came across and, things that I study religiously, spiritually, things of that nature. So, my life journey's been my life journey, but I find myself here, stuff that I pray for and I ask for wisdom and understanding and, of everything. So,
And they
myself
brought
here.
you across my path.
So, long story short, what I'm trying to say is, it's one of those things where it's kind of like just looking deeper into a situation. I'm trying to ask the question based on the things that you already came across. Would it be more appropriate for us to look at it from terms of us being attacked and us trying to hide these things from the people that were already attacking us? Because if the knowledge got in the hands of the wrong people, then it can cause a lot of destruction, such as what we're going through today. You get what I'm saying?
But but the thing is, the knowledge, the original knowledge is not ours. So it wouldn't be us.
No, I understood that part, brother. But I was saying that based on the things that were passed down to us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The knowledge still was passed down to us, so we still had the knowledge on how to run everything. So things were being ran a certain kind of way based on the knowledge that we had. So the same knowledge got in the hands of the wrong people, and now the knowledge is being distorted, and now the knowledge is being harnessed in a certain kind of way to enslave humanity through the same knowledge that we freed humanity through before. You get what I'm saying?
So you asking me, do I think we hid it or did we? What exactly are you asking me about?
Well, we trying to purposefully hide it.
Yes, we were. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying now. All right, let me be honest with you. We were not hiding the information. They came in and caught us off guard. They was able to take the information with like you take the Crusades. Like nobody's expecting these whites to show up and do what they did. You know what I'm saying? This information was there for the taking because it was not hid. That's the problem. Now, the Sumerian tablets were hidden because they were hidden by the people who facilitated this society. So they had the knowledge to understand that we need to hide this for a later time because they knew that this was that we was gonna need this truth, right? But for the most part, we didn't hoard the information because let me see if I can explain it like this. We've never been on the defensive. We was always on the offensive. So we never saw no one else as a threat. So you gotta understand that at this time in the world, there was no white threat. We see whites as a foe against us now. 1,000 years ago, there was no white foe. They didn't have, your only foe was somebody who looked like you. Was somebody who, for a long time, black folks only fought against themselves because there wasn't nobody else in civilization.
Correct.
So we were not thinking on the level of we need to hide this information to keep the boogeyman from getting it. We didn't know the boogeyman existed till he showed up.
Real quick, bro.
If that helps you understand.
I fully understand it, but just for one correction real quick, because I didn't want to make it a thing of black and white. I wanted to more or less look at it from a standpoint of good versus evil, of the good trying to keep it out of the hands of the evil.
Yeah, but how do you quantify who's evil?
I guess that's an energy. That also goes back to an energy.
No, what I'm saying is, like, if we just saying it's good and evil, because this is what you got to understand. This information was used by one specific group to enslave and subjugate, right?
Correct.
So you would have to identify them as evil, as the evil, right? So like when you say good and evil, when I say black and white, because the story boils down to the whites that usurp the black power. So the power that we once had, we didn't lose that power to we didn't lose that power to anybody else other than the pale skins. Now there was other groups that existed with us, like the Arabs. A lot of people don't know that the Arabs learned from us. They lived in harmony with us for a long time before they began to become a problem. So the people, like I said, at the end of the day, we never was in a situation where we could see. First of all, there was no we. This is a thing we need to understand. Today we see the black community as a whole. We never had to see us as a whole. We never had to identify ourselves by our description because we were the only people in civilization.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, there was no white, Mexican, Asian. There was not all these different groups around. In these ancient times, this is what the tablet's finna show you. The tablet's gonna show you that the first man was the brown man, the black man, right? And then you're gonna have this 200,000 year period where nobody else is a part of the story but us and the Anunnaki. And then there's a period after the Great Flood where some people start to come down out of the mountains. These were the people we call Arabs. And these Arabs, as they moved further through Europe, further northern Europe, their pigmentation lightened and lessened and lightened and lessened, and they became some of these European whites you know today. So what I'm telling you, for a long time, it was only us. There was no concept of we need to hide the information from someone. Everything that happened to us happened because we was not prepared for an enemy. We didn't know to see these people as an enemy. If that helps you understand it. But like I say, it comes with understanding. See, let me tell you, this the thing, 550. In order to formulate a real strong theory or perspective, you got to have all the information. So the whole purpose of this class is to introduce you to information that you have not put on your plate yet. So get this information on your plate and then come back and see if you reformulate a new perspective of a new opinion.
Correct.
Because see, a lot of people are developing these theories out of emotion and like, oh yeah, well, this happened to black people because of this and this happened. No. Come back and see the story so you can see exactly what happened. So that's what the class gonna do. Okay, it's gonna show you how the information went from us to them. It's gonna show you how the crown went from us to them.
Got you, bro. I appreciate that breakdown.
No problem, brother. Like I say, I'll try to touch on it as much as I can to just help you understand. It's the perspective. You just have to have a perspective of what life was like 5,000 years ago. So what I want you to do is challenge yourself to try to visualize what those time periods was like. They wasn't like what we have now. It wasn't like this melting pot of different people everywhere. It was just us for a long time before the people came out the mountains. So, like I said, well, I'm going to expound on it. Did you have anything else, my brother?
No, that was good, brother. Thank you.
Okay, I got you, man. I got you. Appreciate the love, family. I'm going to drop you down, all right? I'm going to see who else got a question.
All right, peace, bro.
All right, peace, my brother. All right. So I understand what my brother was trying to say, but like I say, a lot of the things we try to perceive, we're trying to perceive them from a place where we have not had all of that information. You have to get all of that information before you can develop a perspective of what took place. And it's hard for me to explain it to him because he never been in the class, right? He never been in this class. So once he takes this class, I guarantee you he gonna have a different formulation of how he see the history of events. Okay? That's what class gonna do for you. It's gonna give you a better perspective of how all of this shit took place. Because I'm telling y'all, man, we get a white man too much credit. We get a white man all of this credit. Listen to me. There was no black community back then. Black folks fought each other. Black folks fought each other because that's all it was. That's all it was. If one village was against another village, right? This is also. Let me tell y'all something else. Let me say something. Guys, it's a reason why Africa is not the military power it should be today. Africa is not the military power it should be today because of individualism. We suffer from individualism still today. I'm finna listen and follow me. How many times I got on here and I say we got to work collectively? I say if we want to progress, if we want to build, if we want to do anything. How many times y'all heard me say we got to work collectively? We got to work together. Right? We got to work together. We got to be a unit. Say that all the time, right? All right. The reason why Africa is not a military power today is because of the history of individualism. The individualism breeds out of only being the only people that they had to deal with. So the Nubians and the Cometians, they fought each other. The Cushites and the come on, what's his name? What's the other name? The Cushites and the what's the other people name? I want to say it was the Cushites and the Mauritanians. They fought each other. So all of these, the Canaanites. Okay, check this out. Exactly. So check this out. These were wars of black people versus black people. So black people, unfortunately, learned how to hate each other before the white man ever taught them to hate each other. We wasn't living in some harmony, in some peace. The Anunnaki made us a war culture, but we were warring against each other. Okay. Now the way this happened is not us. We wasn't just warring with each other. Let me say this. Because like I said, it's forcing me to skip steps. The Anunnaki fought wars here, right? They fought each other at first. Then they started to use humanity to fight their wars. This is what you're going to learn. Horus, y'all know Horus, right? Horus of Kim of Egyptian lore. Horus raised the first human army. The first earthling army was amassed by Horus to fight Seth. You understand? That is the beginning of man being involved in the Anunnaki's wars. Okay? And you got to remember that that was us. This was us. So when we first got involved with the Anunnaki Wars, we ended up fighting each other on their behest. So you might have Marduk got a group of Earthlings, Enlil got a group of Earthlings. If they fight each other, then the Earthlings fight each other. Do y'all understand that? So these were Africans learning to fight each other before they even knew anybody else existed. So this is why Africa never developed as a one cohesive military power. This is why when you think about the continent of Africa, you think about all these individual tribes, because it's individualism. They've never been a collective. They've never been a collective. Okay? So ask yourself, so when you go to Africa, you deal with a bunch of different military sects. You don't deal with one military force. So like I say, we learned to fight each other before they ever showed up. We give him too much credit. So we never was in a situation. I'm trying to think of a way I can make you understand this. You don't know an enemy is an enemy until they show themselves to be an enemy. You understand? So we didn't know the whites to be our enemy until they showed themselves to be the enemy. So we wouldn't have never known to be prepared for them. There was no, oh, we need to be prepared for these whites, or we need to be prepared for these others. Yeah, like I said, he was saying he wanted to quantify from good and evil, but there is no black. There is no, these idiots online is telling folks that black people is behind it all. That's dumb as fuck. Where is family at? Where is mega wealthy family that's got more money than the Rothschilds, that's got more power than the Rockefellers? Where they at? We ain't never seen this black family. Where they at? I'm sure they got some kids that would have been hitting the club or something, right? Where this black family at? Oh yeah, they don't exist. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. You know they not going to let that man breathe. They're not going to let that man breathe. So many people that try to unify Africa. It's a dangerous job to unify Africa. You got to be very clever. But like I say, we never was prepared. Even with the black nobility thing, we was caught off guard. We wasn't in the best situation. We didn't have, if the black nobility, if the black royal families were unified and were connected, maybe this never happens. But the whites were able to usurp them because they was able to take them on one at a time, because they were not collective. They were not a unified force. So that's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, the information that's in the hands of the power structure, it was never protected by us. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We never protected. We never had like a building where all the soldiers gonna stand in front of it. Don't dare let them come into there. The white man was able to go in there and steal, pillage. All this shit was right there for the taking. He didn't even have to do no whole lot of work. When the Crusaders went over there, they was just able to steal shit, just able to take it right off because we wasn't thinking we had to. Oh, you know what it reminds me of? Hey, you know how when you go in Walmart sometime, when you go into Walmart in a bad neighborhood, check this shit out. I'm gonna use a funny analogy. This is a funny analogy. You know how when you go into a Walmart in a bad neighborhood, they got everything locked up. They got the razors locked up. They got which is embarrassing and shit. They do that in the black neighborhoods, right? So watch this. Walmart knows to protect this shit, because Walmart is keen to their surroundings. Walmart understands that these surroundings may breed people who will come in here and steal. We did not perceive that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that makes it easier to see. We did not perceive that these folks was a threat enough to hoard the information or to protect the information. You know what I'm saying? It was just there, right? And so they was able to get it. They was able to get it. They was able to study it. They mastered it. They mastered the masonry. They mastered the masonry information. Washington, D.C. is designed off masonry, right? Off the building, off of the building information of masons, right? So, like I say, unfortunately, man, we didn't. Maybe in the next life we'll be more prepared, right? We learn from this life. Maybe we'll be more prepared in the next life. But let me show you this. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it. How many times y'all have heard me say we gotta gatekeep information? That we gotta stop inviting everybody to the cookout, right? And I say that shit all the time because just like what my brother 550 said, right? We should have kept it out of the hands of the evil, right? So what I'm proposing from here on out, that we put ourselves in position to gatekeep our information, gatekeep our talent. See, that's another thing. We don't gatekeep our talent. We don't gatekeep our abilities. We giving our talent away. We giving our abilities away, right? So that's what we got to learn from. We got to learn from, like what 550 said, somebody was able to come in and just take this information, you know what I'm saying, with little to no force. And the price we paid for that is now we are under the thumb of the people who stole that information. All right? It's complex, man, but y'all be patient with me. I'm gonna lay this information out and you can develop your own perspective. But I'm telling you right now, you got to give yourself a chance. You got to give yourself a chance to hear this information in totality. If you have not studied the Sumerian tablets in full, put all of that other shit you done learned on pause. Because this is what I want y'all to know. Everything you have been taught is based out of what your oppressor laid the foundation for. Okay? Even the woke people that you learn from, some of the people that we think are really woke and they really into the knowledge, they still studying under mainstream guidelines. Right? So if you talk to a brother and he's saying Egypt this, Egypt that, Egypt this, you already know, hey brother, if you were a really wise mind and woke to this information, you wouldn't be calling this Egypt. Because you know that that's not Egypt. That was the name the Greeks gave. So if your knowledge is based off of what the Greeks taught, then that's what you're going to see. That's going to be your perspective. So if you thinking Egypt, then you ain't went back far enough. You ain't went back far enough to understand that the Greeks learned from the Egyptians. So you can't base your knowledge off of what the Greeks wrote. You can't base your knowledge off of the people who studied the Greeks. You got to go all the way back. I'm telling y'all, would not lie to y'all. You got to go, you got to throw all that shit that you've been given. You got to throw it to the side for a minute. You got to go and get this information. And then once you get this information, you can start lining your other information up against this. Because them tablets the truth. The tablets are not up for debate. I swear to God, they are not up for debate. They are the absolute truth. That's the closest you're going to get to. We don't have no other truth other than it. We got a lot of people making shit up. We got a lot of people speculating shit, making all kind of weird shit up. So we got to start with the tablets, man. We got to start there. And from there, you'll be able to build your perspective. Okay? So I hope everybody had a good time today, man, because I know I did. I know I did, all right? If we got any other questions, I spent so much time talking to my brother and explaining that. I don't know if I skipped over anybody else. But if we got any other questions in the house, feel free to tap in. And I'll try to answer because I'm finna get ready to get up out of this thing. Thank you, guys. Thank y'all, for real. I don't know what happened with my sound. Y'all remember when we used to do 100,000 on the regular? Y'all remember we used to do 100,000 on the regular, baby.
Yeah.
We got to get back to that energy though.
Come on, here we go. Pump it up. Sunshine, yeah.
All right, let me ride it out here, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate everybody that gifted the live, everybody that showed some love. Oh, again, if you in the building and you value the live and you want to show some love to the UMF, you hit us up at $UniMailFam1212. $UniMailFam1212. You know what I mean? Like I told you guys, we're trying to build something special, and we need all the help we can get. All right, let's get it. Appreciate it, Ill. Y'all hit us up right here. Any donation helps. Whatever you donate, we accept it. You know what I mean? Show us some love. $UniMailFam1212. I'm gonna go enjoy this Friday night. Black Lex, if you in the building, appreciate the donation, family. Mr. J Swing, if you in the building, appreciate the donation, family. Miss D Lynn, shout out to D Lynn, appreciate the donation, my love. If you still in the building.
I'll be good.
Much love, Sam. Much love.
Silence and just by chance. We fell into romance. Cry of success. Left no room to guess.
Kingpin Villain. Shout out to my brother Kingpin Villain. Kingpin Villain been down with me since day one on this thing, man. That brother been with us since day one. Shout out to my brother Kingpin. Love you, man. Much love.
So much emotion, so much devotion. When we talk, we never found apart. Your telephone line is right to my heart. Your love is knocking down and so knock me on, baby. You may hide and close your door, baby. Open up, I swear it's true. What you gonna do? I just wanna be good to you. Don't you wanna be good for? You know I love you. I'll be good, so good. Don't you wanna be good for? You know I love you.
Yes, I have, Corlisa. I typed it up. I tried to type it up. I just messaged you. I tried to type it up, but yes, I have heard it referred to as being captivity. Yeah, I have. Yep. It was the civilization. It was the known civilization. Much love, D Lynn. Shout out to D Lynn. Appreciate the donation, my love.
Show you how to live. Stop going from town to town. Don't be afraid to give. Time to settle down.
out.